For those of you that have been wondering, if you want to find a certain subject in the podcast, be sure to check the description. There are timestamps for it now. Stop it, Bert. You're trying to fuck it up. I have all eyes on this shit. In fact, I'm starting it right now. What's up, everyone, and welcome to the Monday Night Wolfcast. This is episode number 28 for the date of April 17th, 2017. As always, my name is Wolfie, and today I'm joined by my good friends, Zeromus3.
Hey.
And Sinist.
Hello.
First of all, we should all start on the note that we all said we would start on last week, and that is Persona. So this is a warning that if you guys, or you listeners are currently playing through Persona or have interest in playing Persona, I advise you all, not that we're going to talk about any story spoilers related stuff, but we'll be talking about Persona for the next, I don't know how long. Be sure to skip forward to 3601. And in the meantime, we're just going to probably talk about our weeks, which will more than likely consist of Persona. So, who wants to talk about Persona first?
Persona!
So, okay, I think we should get the elephant out the room here. You know, normal, not you, Scoots. You know, while normal human beings normally take time to savor and love the things they do, Bert isn't that human. He's not even human. This man freaking beat the whole game already.
Yeah.
Why? And tell us what you thought.
That's 120 hours.
I know.
Yeah. It's only 105.
In less than a week, everyone.
It was more than a week.
Oh, we're not counting this Monday that we are currently recording on, Bert. Happy Easter, by the way, everyone. Hope you guys had a happy Easter.
Not even Easter.
Tell us about Persona 5.
Well, I want to hear what you guys have to say.
No, you beat it. You get.
I know, but you guys are in the early
carte
stages,
blanche
though.
on that shit.
I am 50 hours in the game.
I'm only 20-something
That's pretty
hours in
good.
there. I just got to the.
I'm halfway there. Halfway there.
I want to hear your guys' initial impressions.
I like it.
I like it a lot. The thing I'm actually curious about, again, we're going to limit it. We're not going to talk about anything story-wise. We will be talking about gameplay stuff, though. I do want to say I am a huge fan of the added talk system from the SMT games. I'm glad they put that in there.
Hold them up.
I love it. Bert, I got to ask. We've had back and forths on this, both in and out of the podcast. What did you think of the talk system in this one?
Not a fan.
You're still not a fan.
But to be fair, it's less. What's the word I'm trying to say?
Arbitrary?
No, it's like
Cumbersome?
the failure is worse, or not worse. It's like lessened.
Yeah.
Like you don't just get screwed over instantly if you fail those.
I mean, you can.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I just got lucky. I never got wrecked by failing those. And there's a lot of like they're called confidence in this. That's the social link equivalent. There's some of those that help like negate, like make those easier or less punishing if you fail.
Another hint: if you look upper left-hand corner, it tells you
The temperament.
the type of the temperament.
Yeah.
And
each one
use
prefers a different style of answer.
That's just
right.
like the
If one's aggressive,
SMT game.
you gotta go aggressive.
It's the SMT.
You gotta show your muscles at it.
It's amazing. I love it. I just love it so much. I like that they use it in this game as means to get them and also to bargain with them.
Yeah, I will say it's more interesting than the like card shuffle thing that they used to have in 3 and 4,
Yeah.
where the cards would like spin and then you.
I just, as soon as you said that, it just came back to me. That's actually how you did it. Besides actually fusing them.
Yeah, so I mean, this is obviously a better system than that.
It's just I've always been a fan of the talk system. It's just like, to me, it makes me think more while I'm doing battles, because whenever it's just like, I'm gonna talk to this demon, and the demon seems very timid. You're just like, I think I know what kind of responses I want to do here. Just adds a new layer on top of it.
Yeah, it does get a little repetitive though, because it's a lot of the same questions over and over.
True.
Yeah. But when I first did it, guess what it was?
It was the horse demon, wasn't it?
It was a freaking horse demon. Exactly. I'm like, we meet again.
Oh, that horse demon. I'm loving it so far. I could say, as of now, my only real gripe, and this is probably because I'm still in the early parts of the game. It doesn't seem as free as 3 and 4. You know what I mean?
You mean the time?
Yeah.
Like you are really restricted a lot of the nights.
Yes.
Because the cat really wants you to go to sleep.
Exactly. I don't remember. I don't recall, but I do. In 3 and 4 at night, couldn't you do things at night? But it would.
Yeah.
Wasn't the trade-off like you
still
wouldn't
could.
get enough sleep or something like that, right?
Well, if you like in 3, if you went into the dungeon like multiple times, your characters would get sleep.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I don't think 4 had a penalty like that.
No, it didn't.
But you couldn't go out at night if you went into the dungeon, kind of thing. But here, it's a lot of story stuff that you like. They choose your day for you.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to do anything. But it's a lot like that early on. You get a little more freedom. later.
Okay, that's what I was. That was my only real gripe with the game thus far. Is just like every time I'm like, oh look, a crossword puzzle. Nah, you're a little too tired for that. Go to sleep. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you. Look,
That'll continue throughout. though.
I know. It's just to me, it was just like, just take me to freaking bed at that case. Don't like offer me.
Well, it's so you can save. It's so you can look at the TV and like water your plant or do any of that
I
kind of
guess it's just to me. It's just like at that point, if you're just gonna decide I can't do anything, just finish the day for me.
stuff. Yeah, I feel the same way, but they have to give you points where you can
I
save.
guess, yeah, yeah, because then it'd just be like, what's
You can save in the school.
can you? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but sometimes it automatically just moves you
Yeah.
on to like more story stuff.
Like other than that main gripe, I'd say I'm having a lot of fun. But fuck knowledge, by the way. I cannot get that goddamn stat to go up.
I got it to go up to 3.
Like, I have so much charisma or charm and guts, but my fucking knowledge does not, it won't budge no matter how many times I put time into it. It just sticks there.
It's- I think they all take the same amount of time.
Really? Because I swear to God, I only did like 2
it takes
activities
forever.
with guts, and I was like level 2 with guts. My kindness needs work. Kindness and knowledge are the only 2 things I can't get to boost. I haven't found anything for kindness except for like a fucking book.
Make sure to water your plant.
I don't even know.
The
I don't even
plant
have a
room.
plant.
Movies,
You start off with it.
Oh, do you?
Go to the library and get books
books, and movies.
because sometimes you'll be able to sit down on the subway.
Oh, I had a couple of books for
Yes, so always have a book handy for all the stats, just so you can use that time.
that's just
And then you can study in the library for knowledge also,
yeah.
or at the diner.
They say when it rains,
you,
it helps.
Yeah.
It's just what pissed me off was just I remember there was one day, I think it was because I was like planning ahead and I was like, oh, it's gonna rain. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna study at the library and also do this. But then it was just like, no, that was a story day. And afterwards
okay.
it was like, yeah, you should go to sleep. I'm like, no, I won't. What? No, it's raining.
It's not as bad as whenever you have a job in the game now. You have a job and then you try to do stuff with a special confidant. I think you know what I'm talking about, Bert.
Maybe.
The sun one.
Okay. Oh yeah, and you have to like learn
Yeah.
stuff at the job or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. Like if it doesn't proc or whatever. Because sometimes you'll have to go and do a job in order to get like information or whatever from another confidant, and sometimes it just won't happen. So it's kind of like feels like a wasted day almost.
Oh, I didn't even get a job yet.
Yeah.
You can get them in the like underground walkway or whatever. You just talk to the newsstands.
Oh, okay.
And you can apply for them.
I did the beef bowl one, and that is the brutal job.
Yeah, I like how there's actual like mini games in them.
Oh, are there? It's like
Yeah.
Yakuza now?
Yeah. I wouldn't say it's that elaborate, but yes.
You gotta work that goldfish memory of yours.
Shit.
It's more than just you go there and your little music notes go up and you leave.
Oh.
I like how you just like, damn.
Now that's gonna be a problem then. But yeah, I'm actually I'm liking it a lot. Other than that minor gripe, I'm having a lot of fun with it. And also, unlike Bert, I'm going to savor and enjoy this. Because this is going to be the only RPG I'm going to have all year, so... Not gonna...
It's okay, Bert will do another playthrough, don't worry.
Will you, Bert?
We'll see. We'll see. That's 100 hours. No, I'm not really ready to go back into that yet.
Whatever, you gotta fight... I'm pretty sure they do the same thing like they did with all the other ones. Second playthrough, you get to fight the whatever's in the Velvet Room.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, yeah.
You finished the first dungeon, Justin?
Yeah, I'm currently at the second dungeon right now.
What do you think of the game actually having dungeons now instead of just that random generated stuff?
Yeah, the random generated stuff now is Mementos, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go on. I
like that they at least left that in there for people who like it. So that stuff's still there. But yeah, what do you think of the preset dungeons?
I'm actually a big fan of it. I like the dungeons. The minor gripe here, and this could just be me because I'm dumb, but I do sometimes have problems with the camera. The camera's bad and stuff. Yeah, in corridors, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna jump over here, and all of a sudden the camera just whips the fuck around. I'm like, okay, where was the guy I was targeting? And it's like, woo, woo. I'm like, fuck, every time. Yeah, the controls for that are a bit messy. Like, you'll sometimes walk out of stealth when you didn't mean to, and then they'll just get an ambush on you.
It's happened to me too.
Like, eventually I got used to it, so like that never happened. But it's a little bit. It could use some work. Like, it's not a stealth game. No, it takes a little bit to adjust to. But, like, I mean, once you grasp, like, how it goes, it's fine. It's just, like, initially trying to get myself, like, acquainted with, like, how the stealth works. And the camera sometimes just wildly whipping the hell around. And I'm like, I easily lose track of, like, what the fuck was I looking at? I have to, like, reset my eyes and, like, look back to the map and figure out where the hell I am in location to the enemy I was targeting. Turns out I'm, like, hiding in plain sight right in front of him, walking towards me. I'm like, shit.
It's okay. You know the second dungeon, Bert? Oh. I had these problems with, like, specific shadows. I think you know which ones I'm talking about. The ones that instantly spot you. Instantly spot you. Whoa, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. And they just, like, dash up into you immediately when they spot you. Yeah.
It sounds like it's about to get challenging. Yeah. I do really. Like...
I mean, it depends on how patient you are.
That's going to be a problem.
There's this one little tiny room just full of them, and I'm like, oh, wait. Like, if you run from an enemy, like, that's they'll, like, disappear for a little bit. But sometimes they'll spawn, like, right on top of you, which I don't think is supposed to happen. I've had that happen.
It's a real bad scene when that happens.
Does that count as an ambush on you? Oh, yeah. Shit.
Especially when enemies have, like, Mudo.
Oh, no.
It's just game over.
So, I think I've only had one death related to that. Where it was in the first dungeon. No, was it first? Yeah, first one. No, second? Yeah, it was the second one. I was walking through the area where you have to it was supposed to be like a stealth section, but I was like, you know what, I'll just, like, I don't care. So I just ran through and killed everything. And I was like, what's that over there? I had, like, my, you know, your thief vision. And that's the problem I told you guys I have all the time, is that what's over there feeling every time I play these games. And I, like, go over to explore what this wavy thing in the floor is. I fucking get ambushed. I didn't know. I thought it was like, I thought it was like some sort of, like, like a point where you touch and it's like, oh, you found a hidden chest.
I did the exact thing. You step on it, and then
the enemy spawns and just fucking wrecks your shit. I was like, oh, okay. Won't be doing that anymore. But yeah, go on.
I was gonna say, I think the dungeons are way better than they've ever been.
Yeah. Because, well, 3... I'm trying to remember. 3 was... What was it?
It was just
Tartarus, and 4 was the...
Especially Mementos.
Yeah.
It was everyone's, like, the TV stuff.
Yes.
Like, everyone had their own themed, but they're all kind of still the
Yeah,
same.
I was going to say, the main thing that separates 5 from 3 and 4 is that this is heavily themed to the point where the shadows, before you, like, attack them, are actually themed to the areas, which is nice. A nice little touch.
Like the first area is all knights.
Yeah.
The second area is all like museum related.
Like security guards and stuff. So, like I said, at the current moment, I'm actually like, just talking about it makes me kind of want to play it right now. But I find myself playing this game in short bursts. Like, it's not because like, maybe it's because I am like older and like my attention span is not what it used to be. But like, I find myself after like 5 hours going like, I should take a break now.
That's what the safe room
5 hours is still a long time.
No, it is. Especially, like, I don't normally play games for 5-hour-long sessions unless it's a game I really, 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 really enjoy. But for RPGs, it's just, I don't know. Something about RPGs, just like, they eat time so fast. And I do find myself just getting, like, that, time to take a break feeling.
It's easy to spend a lot of time, like, when you're not in a dungeon, just going day to day.
That's the easy part, because the dungeons are really that's really where the meat and potatoes of the game is. Like, you know, the big stuff,
gameplay,
the gameplay stuff. But the day-to-day stuff would be a lot more fun, if not for the damn restrictions at night. But I hope, like you said, they'll probably open up a little more later on in the game.
Yeah, they'll stop making you go to bed so early, but it'll still happen.
I just want to make more social links. I want to make myself stronger, but I'm just like, but wait, I need to have more guts. So it's that damn struggle of like, fuck, there's too much shit, but at the same time it's not enough time.
I do like that. Like previously the social link stuff would just give you like better experience when you fuse for that class or whatever, like justice or whatever. And now they each one, well, not each one, but a lot of them have special abilities that they'll give you.
Like they'll unlock new stuff, like one of them will offer like more stuff to buy at a certain place or a certain point.
And and like even combat, like you know how you can switch? Can you switch part? I guess. Do you have enough party members to switch out yet?
I have 5
like
right now.
Mid combat
at the second dungeon.
Yeah, like when you first start, you can only do it with your main character. But like someone else will give you the ability to do it with any character. So it just opens up a lot of stuff.
So it's almost like the social links are open, like really kind of expanding the game further. Like what you can do in the game.
It gets you more powerful. So and like unlocks new aspects of the game.
So when they said like be sure to make social links, they'll make you more powerful, they actually meant it this time.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's some really good ones that you should definitely go for, but
the only problem is like figuring out where they are or who they are specifically.
Yeah, like scheduling. Like eventually, you might memorize like, hey, this person's always here on Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah, because as of now, I'm still kind of getting accustomed to the world because I like to run through the world rather than quick travel all the time. And that could be a problem. But it's just like I just like walking place to place. Maybe I'll find someone standing around that looks important enough to maybe be a social link or something. It's kind of my hope, but I don't know. I
think most of the social links will be obvious. I think.
Yeah.
There's only one that I think wasn't too obvious, but yeah.
Because I do remember 3 had like easy to miss social links.
Yeah, it definitely did.
So I don't want to have that experience again where it's like, oh fuck, I missed the social link all this time that was always there. I never saw them. So I don't want to miss a thing, you know what I'm saying? That's the
like I only missed one until like very close to the end, so I couldn't get it very high. But yeah.
Speaking of that game. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the rest were pretty obvious where they were.
But anyways, I got the DLC for that game.
Tell us about the DLC, Scoots.
Well, there are character costumes. If you put on the character costumes, it changes the battle theme to said games. Costume themes.
You're talking Persona 3 and Persona 4, yeah?
Yes, for right now it's Persona 3 and 4, but they also have Persona 1, Persona 2, and Persona 4 Ultimax, and Persona 4 Dancing All Night.
Huh.
Battle themes. And they also have Shin Megami Tensei 4 and the Raizo one or whatever. Raido.
Oh, Devil Summoner?
Yes.
Hmm.
They also have Catherine, don't they? That might not.
Yes.
Oh, God,
They also-
really?
they also have
That's
Catherine.
awesome.
And Catherine's not
Oh.
out yet. The only ones that are out is 3 and 4. Persona 3 and 4.
And they cost approximately how much?
$7.
Like $7, I think.
Are they worth it? Would you say they're worth the price of admission?
I mean, if you
It's outfits
if you
for all your
like,
characters, right? Like
yeah.
everyone gets an outfit and the battle theme
Hmm.
changes.
I mean, if you like the battle themes for Persona 3 and 4, but see, the thing about the Persona 4 one, it plays the Persona 4 Golden battle theme, not
Oh.
Is that only if you get an ambush though? Like, have you tried regular attacks? Not that you're definitely not going to
I
ambush.
haven't actually tried the Persona 4 stuff, but like I
Oh.
tried the Persona 3 stuff, and all I hear is baby, 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 baby,
Just like old times.
and then it plays the victory theme when you beat enemies.
That's really cool.
What do you think of the soundtrack, Justin?
Okay, so this is gonna
That's
Yeah.
another. It's another major aspect.
this is gonna be a big talking point, maybe. I love the soundtrack. Like, I'm gonna admit I'm not loving it as hard as I did 3 and 4 as of now, but I really do enjoy it. There are some really good tunes in it as of now, especially one that I've tried to get you to tell me what it is many times, but you can't seem to figure out what it is.
That's because you're.
What is it?
That theme.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh,
You know what theme I like?
what's that?
The safe room theme.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, and I also like the weapon shop.
Oh,
theme.
that's a good one. Like, it starts off really like ominous sounding. I was like, oh shit, should I even be in the store? It's like dun 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 dun, and then it gets all jazzy. It's like do 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 do. Like, I love jazz a lot, so this soundtrack kind of appeals immediately.
You should see the name of the song. It's called
Yeah.
Layer Cake.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I was gonna mention
That's
that.
good. Like, I found that besides the theme that I just attempted to sing, that I really like. Every time that thing comes on, it's like during a cutscene, I'll just stop playing and just put the controller down and just start doing things off to the side, listening to that song. I really like that particular theme a lot. God, can we talk about how good like the end battle theme is too? It's so catchy. I might be the only one that really likes that one.
I mean, it's good.
I know you hear it a lot, but it's just like every time it's just like,
I like the boss themes.
yeah, the I haven't memorized them because I've only run into like 2 or 3 as of now, so I've rarely heard them. But like, yeah, there really isn't a track I can't say that I haven't enjoyed yet. Let me think.
I will say that the music goes along with like the style of the game. Like, this music and anything else would feel
Mhm.
off, but it just fits this game perfectly.
You know, that Persona 3 battle theme fits perfectly with this game.
I think Persona 3 battle theme goes well with anything at this point.
I mean, it fits the whole situation.
True. Like, I just want to listen to the soundtrack, but I can't because spoilers.
There's some very strong, memorable songs in there, but I think overall it's a little more forgettable for me at least.
What would you rank it compared to 3 and 4 since you beat it already?
I mean,
We're
yeah,
not
I
gonna
like the other
hold
ones
you to
better,
this. So
but this isn't. I'm not saying it's
no,
bad. I would probably prefer listening to the other ones.
but I mean, like in terms of like preference, like just your preference, your personal preference, like in order would you rank them, like as far as like listening?
I don't know. 3 and 4 are pretty close. I think 4 is more memorable, like just more catchy. I think actually,
I think 4 has the better like hub themes and like
if I hear a song from 4, I know like what was going on. Maybe not so much with 3.
yeah. I think 3 has better battle themes, but I think 4 has the better like environment.
I like
theme.
the style of 3
Yeah.
more, but I think 4, like as a whole, like the J-pop-ish style is just way better.
Why aren't we talking about the awesome Personas 1 and 2?
What? What? I don't know what you're talking about, Scoots.
No one knows those games exist.
Persona only existed around 3.
But Persona 2 is like the best story. Unfortunately. Maybe the mechanics haven't aged, but like the story is probably the best.
Probably. For those that haven't kept track of how this conversation is going, Scoots is the only one of the 3 of us that has played any Persona before 3. I'd say Bird and I jumped in around 3. I know I did.
Yeah, 3 was my first.
3 was my first.
I don't recommend Persona 1 unless you like the battle theme. That battle theme is pretty good.
I mean, I have nothing against those games. I just never
Me
played
neither.
them. And it's just Scoots always.
He really loves to push the Persona 1 and 2.
I just have to do it because everyone's like 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4,
And then
3,
Scoots
4,
is always
3, 4,
like,
God damn
what
it.
about 1 and 2?
Like, what the hell?
Then we just
I
gotta
understand.
listen to them for a
I
while.
understand 1 because 1 is pretty, pretty bad.
Yeah. But hey, this also just while we're on the topic of Persona, and that's not going to change for a bit. How about that menus, like the menus?
Yeah, it's super stylish.
How do they work all this in? Like, the menus are great.
They're
They're
fantastic.
stylistic as hell.
I mean, they look a little messy the first time you look at it, but you get it.
You start
eventually,
appreciating.
like, pretty early. Like they look cool. And
Yeah.
all. They're not
Don't
super
look at
functional
me.
all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, they look good.
Dude, it was enough that I was like going through the menus of the shop, of that particular shop with the cool music, and my sister happened to be passing by. She's like, "What is this?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Persona." She's like, "Oh, that weird game where people shoot themselves in the head." I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, that looks really cool. What is?"
So we might want to, go ahead and, what is Persona?
Oh, right. Like some poor listener who
That's probably the first thing you should have went and
one
did.
person out there or a couple people out there are like, "What the fuck is this? What are they talking about?"
Exactly.
Persona is best way to call it is a niche slice of life RPG. It's not even a slice of. How would you describe this? Like slice of life RPG.
It explains. It tries to like tackle like society.
It's. I wouldn't call it like a
Like part life
like
sim.
yeah,
It's like a society RPG.
a social experiment RPG.
Takes place in modern times, Tokyo.
You play as a protagonist that somehow, some reason or another, winds up in Tokyo, Japan, in a new school, high school, has to adjust to a new life. Can you turn your life around while also figuring out the mysteries of the world of Persona? That's pretty much this.
You looking at?
No, actually, I just did that off the top of my head. Was it pretty good? Oh, thank you. So yeah, I mean. Yeah, it's kind of a slice of life RPG where you're playing as a high school student going through his life. You have to, form relationships in this new place. You have to juggle your life with the main game, which is, I guess the best way to put it is micromanaging demons. It's like Pokemon meets. I can't think of any other game that allows you to do the slice of life in at least an RPG form. So, Harvest Moon meets Pokemon meets the best soundtrack you've ever heard in your life. There.
No.
No. Okay, maybe top soundtrack you've heard in your life. All
There you
right.
go.
But yeah, it's an amazing game. If for any reason you're curious about Persona, I recommend maybe
Play
I
it.
was gonna say like I don't know, because if that's your first RPG, or your first time playing it, it might be a little much. It's a little overwhelming.
I mean, it is, but it's also not, since it restricts you pretty hard.
Yeah.
Early. Like, you get a feel for it pretty quickly.
There's a lot to take in with that game, but if you can grasp the general basis, you will
Make coffee.
Yeah, like the game is very adamant on letting you know when things are about to go down. It's like, by the way, you have this many days to do this.
Yeah, that's one thing I don't like is like,
No,
you have like 18 days to do whatever you need to do, and every single day they'll remind you.
yeah,
it's like, I get it.
yeah. In 3 and 4, I think it was like every other day or every 2 days they would maybe say like, hey, we should probably pop in Tartarus, sometime. But at this game, it's like you got a text.
And since you have a phone, they can contact you whenever.
They're just like, hey,
the best thing about
that place we need to go to. I'll decide later. The other friend decided to ask you, do you want to go to that place later? I'll decide later. Every single friend has to ask you the same day.
Yeah. Tim, man, the best thing about that is if you decided to beat the dungeon ridiculously early, like in 2 days, the remaining days, it's all like, I don't know what
yeah. They'll just do that instead. It's like, great, just leave me alone.
Are we gonna be in trouble?
I sure hope they have a change of heart.
Oh my god! Hey, get ready for 16 more days of this bullshit.
And this is my character. It's just like, we're gonna be fine.
Guys, calm down.
We're gonna be fine. Stop
it's
it.
Funny.
We're gonna be fine. God damn
it's
it!
It's funny you guys say this because that's the way I'm like every podcast. I'm like, guys, we have 4 more days to the podcast. Get ready. And then when the podcast happens, I'm like, you think they're gonna like the podcast when it comes out? You think they're gonna like it? It's gonna be okay. Oh, but
I will say with the phone thing, it's easy to tell who, like, you can social link with that day.
Yeah.
Especially because even on the map, it'll show.
Yeah, it'll show tarot card next to the area.
It's so much easier than.
Although you know what? It took me forever to get Anne. It took me forever to get that social link. It took me forever.
I can't even start her because my kindness is awful.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, they gate you on some of the stuff with.
I can't even do the social link with the shopkeeper yet.
Yeah, you need a lot of guts for
it's
that.
just funny because I'm sitting there like, hey Ann. I was like, hey Ann, how you doing after school? And she's like, you could probably talk to this chick if you had more kindness. I'm like, fuck. It sucks not being kind. I hate being a jerk.
Go do the flower shop.
I guess. I'm like, while I'm at it, can I just like occasionally? Oh my god. It's a moment in the story, but it's not important at all. I just want to talk about it real quick. There are some actual legit moments in the story during some levity moments where I actually do laugh out loud, and they mostly revolve around. I won't say the joke character, but you know what I mean. Yeah. I will admit that character actually has some pretty decent dialogue.
Really?
I think so. And because there's situational moments with that character where they're actually like, I'm like, huh? Can I just talk about it?
You're early off.
I guess early enough, yeah. Just for an example, an early example, they bring up gender. And even I was like, that's actually a good question. I don't know. And also the moment where it's like you're on the bus, riding the bus, and a kid walks up and is like, oh, is that a stuffed animal? And it's like, no, it's a stuffed animal.
Rapid
fire. It was like time to button mash. I like picking the funny dialogue choices. Because I'm like, that's something I would do just to screw around. I don't know. I like little levity moments like that. I'm not saying that's my favorite character, but I thought I would wind up hating that character a lot more because, wind user and everything. I have me and my fucking encounters with wind users in 3 and 4.
Isn't he lightning?
No? I mean, he starts with Guru.
Oh, you're talking about
Yeah, I'm talking about that character.
Okay.
I assume that would be, but anyway, we're digging a little. We're hitting that line that we shouldn't cross. But yeah, any of you guys that had anything else to say on the game?
No, it's
It's
fantastic.
pretty good.
That's about it.
You should get it. Everyone
Everyone
get
should
it.
buy it. Like now,
Give Atlas your money.
please.
It's well deserved.
It charted #1 in England or Europe the week it came out. So there's that. It's not like it's gonna do. It's not like it really needs the sales, but at the same time, give them money for actually putting effort into a game that should have been out 3 years ago.
It's a quality game, so it definitely deserves it.
Minor gripes aside, it is a fantastic play. If you like RPGs and you want one that will eat up your time, this is the one.
I'll definitely get up your time.
For sure.
It deprived me of sleep. That's what it did.
But I'll go ahead and I guess since we're done with Persona 5, I'll talk about the other and last thing I did with my week, and that is I finished Nier Automata. Bert, now that I've finished Nier Automata. Oh, fuck, wait, we can't. It's still relatively new. I'll say next podcast we'll talk about it.
We can talk about it at the end.
We could do a spoiler cast. Actually, yeah, we'll do
You guys
do a
can
Nier
do
Automata.
We're going to be talking about it at some point, either off here or
That's
not.
true. So we'll just do a Nier spoiler cast at the end if we remember to do it, because sometimes I forget to do a spoiler cast.
Oh, don't worry. I'll remind you.
Sweet.
Don't
Thank
worry.
you, Scoots. You're a sweet man. But yeah, Nier Automata. Fantastic. Go play it.
Yep.
Go play it.
Before the end of the podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Monday Night Wolfcast. You guys have been great. Play the music. I kid, of course. We're nowhere near finished. We just started. We're 38 minutes in. Scoots, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you've been doing this week before we get into the gaming news?
So yeah, besides Persona 5, I've done a lot of things the past 2 weeks.
What you been up to?
Besides Persona 5, the following day, the King of Fighters 14 DLC came out,
How's that been going?
which included Whip, Yamazaki, Vanessa, and Rock Howard. And all those characters are amazing.
Are all these characters returning, or are any of them new?
They're all returning.
All of them are returning. I mean, the newest one is Rock Howard. That is technically his first.
Well, he was in Maximum Impact.
We don't count those games.
Oh.
Oh God! Don't
count the
talk
slippery-
about Maximum Impact.
We don't talk about the slippery
Don't
punches. We
Don't talk about them.
But yeah, and they actually transition well in this new King of Fighters, especially Rock Howard.
I will say
He's easy mode. The character.
They have done a pretty good job of kind of slowly updating the game so it doesn't look as bad as it used to. Some things do still look off, like Yamazaki's arm. That thing where he whips his arm across the screen still looks a little strange to me. I don't think that was ever supposed to not be a sprite.
Thing's always been strange.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks okay in like sprite form, but like a 3D model doing it just looks a little funky. That's just my own personal gripe. I mean, it looks accurate to how he was in sprite form, so.
There was that, and there was I don't know. I feel like there's still going to be more DLC for that game.
I'm curious how well the game's been doing for them to be putting out this new stuff.
Well, SNK did say they seem really adamant on getting themselves back into the public light as a gaming company again, so what better way to do it than with their first King of Fighters after becoming SNK again, so.
They should release more Metal Slug for me.
And not the emulated version, please.
Would you be okay with like 3D Metal Slug?
No!
They've done it before, actually, but no.
Well, they don't seem like they want to do sprite work anymore.
That's expensive. That, and I'm sure the people who made the original Metal Slug sprite work and everything are long gone. They can't even reuse the assets and everything. Who knows what the situation is at SNK right now?
But yeah. Besides King of Fighters, I also played some Battle Block Theater with Brian.
How'd that go, buddy?
And let's see, I bought him Battle Block Theater, and he likes it.
Oh, how do you like that?
And besides Battle Block Theater, I also went GameCube game hunting, and pretty much got Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. So now I get to avenge Boyd from Bert's Valley
Incompetence.
grimy, dirty hands.
He deserved it.
And also got Super Mario Sunshine,
Oh.
and I'm about to get Skies of Arcadia Legends here soon.
That game's
boy.
worth a lot.
That's right, Bert. You won't hold leverage over me!
Well, to be fair, Vert only has the Skies of Arcadia Legends case.
That's
I
true.
know,
Guess I
but
can throw
that case was taunting me. Now you can throw it away.
No!
It hurt someone else. You can hurt someone else's poor soul.
That game's like worth $100 now.
I know it is.
Whew.
But yeah, besides all of that, I also played Bayonetta PC.
Gotta ask, how is it?
Well, Tin
Uh-huh.
Man, I want you to go on Steam,
Okay.
play any random game, turn on the little FPS. There'll be a number on your little corner.
Right.
When you start playing Bayonetta, you'll see 60,
Ooh.
except for cutscenes.
Oh.
Those
Those
are
have got to be
30.
at 30, yeah.
Same case as Nier was.
Oh.
But it is very stable.
Ooh.
The game is really stable.
It's based on the 360 port, I imagine, then?
Yes.
Good, good. So it's Bayonetta on PC now, and it's good. Play it.
4K.
Oh, 4K too?
Hey, you can go up to 4K.
Oh
yeah.
shit. Not that that matters for me, because
Why
I'll
not?
never have a 4K anything, but it's an option.
You can still downsample.
That's true.
Maybe if I get another 1080.
No, because then I get you.
No, you already got a new one,
Yeah,
you
my
moron.
1060.
You don't get
No,
you don't get to have two. It's my turn.
Trade you this 1080 for Morgana plush.
Mmm.
Oh,
Oh, I'll get back to you on that.
shit. You mean this Morgana plush I have in my box that I have not opened, along with that bag? That I could probably put my Nintendo Switch in
But not recommended.
and look stylish, and not recommended.
It's a nice bag, but it is nowhere near good for carrying around electronics.
But it is
It
stylish.
is hella stylish. You could look like a high school student in Japan with it.
You too could live the life of a high school teenager fighting shadows.
If you buy Persona 5. But not the Take Your
And
Heart
try to
edition,
change
because you'll never
society.
find it unless you go to Scalper Bay. I mean eBay. Can I make a confession?
Where's that unboxing video of you and your Take Your
It
Heart
kind of
edition?
ties in with the confession.
You didn't get the Take Your
I
Heart
did
edition,
get
did
it.
you?
If
No,
you
you
look at
didn't.
the background of the latest video I put out on my reaction channel, it's in the background.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Still sealed.
Is that where your confession
Yeah,
comes
I double dipped on Persona 5. So I didn't have to open my Take My
Nice.
Heart edition. I bought another copy of Steelbook edition. I'm so ashamed, but it got whatever. The game's good. It's another sale. It's another sale.
You finally
I
embraced
couldn't
my
open it.
ways.
When I got the box, I was like, "This is a nice ass box."
My psycho powers knows
I
no
was like,
limits.
"It'd be ashamed to rip open this new Take Your Heart edition box because it's so hard to find now."
You know, you could have always gotten the digital.
I could have, but I
version.
wanted the Steelbook at least.
The Take Your Heart edition.
I know,
has-
but I'm not opening it.
Don't care. Don't care. You just wanted the damn controller.
No, that's
skin.
only with the standard, not the Steelbook edition.
What?
Yeah, Steelbook edition doesn't have it. It's only the normal version. The normal case version has the Steel Shock in it.
But they never released the normal
They
case
do.
version. I've only seen the Steelbook.
Well, it's over here. I've only seen the normal edition at Toys R Us.
The only normal edition I've seen is the PS3 version.
I haven't even seen the PS3 version. Then again, I haven't been to a specialty
Walmart
store.
has the PS3 version.
Oh, I keep forgetting Persona 5 came out on PS3. I wonder how that runs.
Probably just 720.
Runs at 720. Exactly.
I mean, it was made for the PS3.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, bought Persona 5 twice. But whatever. It's a
proud of
good
you.
game. I'm willing to
I'm proud of you.
spend extra money to keep my Take My Heart edition sealed. So Vert, if you want that Morgana plush, you're gonna have to fucking come and get it, because I'm gonna fight you for it so hard.
Does that mean you're gonna get the new Valkyrie?
No. Stop bringing
Yeah,
up the
it's a nice
Valkyrie.
box.
Stop bringing up Valkyrie Revolution. Is this gonna be?
You're
is this
gonna
gonna be
get
a
it.
running
You're
gag on
gonna
the
get
podcast? Like until the game comes out, you're gonna get the Valkyrie. No.
Yeah. You need that wolf emblem.
You're gonna get
I'm
it
not
regardless,
getting
no
it.
matter what. You're
I
gonna
have
get
two-
it. You're gonna get Xbox One
No.
version.
Well,
It might be rare.
only if the Scorpio announces that it can fix the game and make it fun.
Oh, maybe the Scorpio will make
Yeah,
it
maybe
run
the
better.
Scorpio will make it run like a fun game. It's this miracle product we know.
Because it totally didn't like utilize the PlayStation 4 Pro stuff. So maybe the Scorpio
Maybe the Scorpio.
I mean,
We'll find out at E3.
superpower of the game.
Oh. For the last fucking time, I'm not getting Valkyrie Revolution. Stop bringing it up.
You're
I'm
gonna
not
get it.
getting it. God damn it. But you know what we should get to? The gaming news. Mother freakers. Gearbox gets into a deal with GTA. I knew I was going to do that. I knew I was going to say that. I knew I was going to do it, and I fucked it up anyway. Gearbox gets into a deal with
yeah.
G2A for Bulletstorm Collector's Edition. They promptly pulled out of the deal after learning about their shady business practices. Did you guys read about this one?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Gearbox,
Like-
legendary Sega money stealers, liars about the alien, what was it? Alien.
You played it. I don't want to hear
We
it.
played it because, whatever. That Gearbox decided to go into business with G2A, a publisher that is not known for good practices.
They're not a publisher.
No, they are. They were going to publish
Just
the collector's
website.
edition.
Well, I guess
They are kind of a then I mean not in the sense that, but yeah, they do publishing in more ways or less. They buy and resell keys and that sort of thing. But the deal with them and the reason they're being called shady is because apparently they do it with fraudulently stolen credit cards and the like and stuff like that. They don't really.
Well, they allow.
Oh, they
for
do
it.
allow for
It's
it.
not that. Well, I mean, they don't clamp down. On it.
Okay, so.
And then they sell protection.
Oh.
So it's pretty.
That is pretty shady. But yeah, apparently no one at Gearbox got the memo, and they decided to go into a deal with them for apparently a game that no one really cared or asked for, Bulletstorm. So, yeah. They're playing a collector's edition remaster. I guess someone got news of it. It started spreading like wildfire, and all of a sudden, Gearbox pulled an ultimatum and said, hey, listen, G2A. Even though we decided to go into business with you, we won't go into further business unless you follow these deals. And that is, stop doing the shady deals. And then G2A was like, no. And they're like, okay then. So then they pull. That's basically the story. Then Gearbox decided to pull out the deal. That's it.
Yeah, they make a lot of money from that kind of thing.
So yeah,
It's like their whole business.
there's
so
no way they were gonna
of
drop
course they
that.
weren't gonna
Yeah.
agree.
That is still pretty funny.
It's
though.
hilarious. It's just like, did no one at Gearbox do research on this company?
Nope.
I mean, it's probably the people making the deals don't know any of that stuff.
But you think they would be like, well, listen, guys, we have a potential publisher partner here. We're thinking into doing a deal with these people. What do you guys?
Wait, isn't this the company? Wait, isn't this the company that encouraged porn for one of their games?
I'm not familiar with that.
I could have swore. I could have swore it was.
It might have been.
Remember, we did we did a story on one of our podcasts about that.
Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. But yeah. Gearbox, you goofed. You made a fool of yourself, and I'm all the happier for it. Don't do that.
I mean, it's probably the best case for them to get out of it that way.
Yeah, but that's embarrassing. It's like Bert. If like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like a.
Yeah, but to be fair, like, people were talking about it. People would not have talked about it otherwise.
Yeah, I guess bad publicity is better than no publicity at this point.
Yeah, and they turned it into good publicity.
Did they? It's kind of no, because I don't think of it as good publicity. They put themselves in that situation. It's not.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying it was great, but they turned it around.
I guess.
If they just went through with it, that would have been way worse.
I think at that point, I say they should have stuck with their guns and just went with it.
I don't think they would have been able to take it away.
No. I know. I'm just saying. It's just it makes you look stupid if you just like. Oh wait, no, I didn't mean it. We're the good guys. Promise. I don't know. That's that little shitstorm, but I thought we'd talk about that because that was a talking point about a week ago. Big deal was made about it. Didn't Jim Sterling do a video on it? Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
Anyway, to our next news story. To no one's surprise, Square Enix will prioritize the Switch over the Scorpio. If only they...
Final Fantasy machine.
If only they had known about the Scorpio's miracle stats. Its miracle specs. This story was published before the rumored Scorpio specs and everything have been coming out about how it's this godly, amazing, powerful, just destruction console machine.
Have there been many Square Enix games that haven't been on Xbox though? I can only think of I Am Setsuna. Or is that on Xbox? I don't know.
That's not on Xbox. That's on PlayStation and Switch.
Yeah. Like, is there anything else that you can think of that Square Enix made?
Final Fantasy.
I mean, obviously there's Nier.
Final Fantasy 15.
Was Nier on? No, it was PS4.
Final Fantasy 15 was on Xbox.
Yeah. Nier wasn't on Xbox.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of
Nier
something
Automata.
else. Yeah, the original was.
No, I can't think of any. And I'm not really familiar with Square Enix games, to be honest.
Yeah, so I'm kind of curious, like, what the statement even means.
Don't fear, we're not gonna. We're definitely not abandoning the PS4, but between the Switch and the Scorpio, we're obviously gonna stick with the Switch.
From what I heard, Square Enix was saying that, well, there was a rumor saying that the Switch was gonna be like a Final Fantasy machine.
I also forgot that Dragon Quest Heroes. I don't think that was on Xbox.
No.
Your favorite game.
Though also Dragon Quest Builders.
Right.
Your third favorite game.
That game was alright until it got not alright.
Yeah, huh? Just like the other game that it's based off of. But I'm not touching that hornet's nest. But yeah, yay. Hey, Square, here's an idea. How about you release the best PS1 game ever created on the Switch so I can play it with me all the time?
You mean Musashi 2?
I mean Brave Fencer Musashi.
Do you have a PSP? You used to.
I still do.
Well,
I think it's a garbage. It won't last 30 minutes.
It'll last longer than the Switch.
No, it won't.
Damn.
You don't know anything. Screw you. I play my Switch in the theater.
You know the funny thing about all
What's
this?
that?
Nintendo just announced Joycons, right?
They sure did. At the Nintendo Direct.
The thing with the battery pack?
Yeah.
Was that for the Joy-Cons or
that
for the
makes it-
actual Switch itself?
I assume it's the
I assume it's the Joy-Cons too. But I've never heard anybody complain
It's
about
the
the
Joy-Cons.
Joy-Con batteries.
which is funny because I just read that. I'm like, what the hell was it right now? I mean, it lives right.
The Joy-Cons last
Lives
longer
a
than the
lot.
damn Switch does.
Yeah.
Maybe it just makes it more comfortable to hold.
They got the grippy things for that.
Yeah, but maybe you needed more thickness the other way.
Well, that's what these rubbers are for, Bert.
Oh, this got weird now.
Well, use those later.
Okay. No, fuck it. I meant these, the grips. These cool grips I got. They're made of rubber,
yeah,
I think, or something. Styrofoam, silicone, whatever you call it. Yeah, they're amazing.
But anyways, Cave Story Plus for Switch launches June 20th for $29.99. $29.99, guys.
Yeah.
Who makes Cave Story? And have they ever made anything else besides remakes of Cave Story?
No and no. No to the first question about
Cave
who
Story
makes
Plus.
it, and no, have they done anything else? I know the person who's putting it on the Switch is Nick Nicholas, who also did the Binding of Isaac port on Switch. So I'm down to clown for Cave Story. I'm not really. It's like you play Cave Story. How many years ago did that game come out? Holy crap! Was it like 2007 or something? Or 2011?
2011, maybe. That's what Steam says, but that might be the plus.
Yeah, I don't know. That game's been around a long ass time. But hey, if you've never played it before and you have a Switch and you are dying for games, like I know a lot of you are.
Apparently, it came out 2004.
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna say I remember seeing that game in college.
Like the original.
That's when I started hearing a lot about that game. Was I was in college. That was 2007. So.
And then the one you think of today as Cave Story apparently is 2007.
Oh, okay.
/10.
Okay, stop.
There's so many versions. I have no
so
idea.
many. Yeah, there's a lot of these.
I just know that game. That's all I ever hear about, and I never hear about them ever making anything else.
If you make a game as good as Cave Story, Bert, you'll never have to make another game again.
I guess so.
When's Undertale for Switch? Speaking,
I wouldn't doubt it.
you know, I was gonna say that's a missed opportunity. Until then, work on it, Mr. Toby Fox.
Like one guy made it.
Yeah.
Right? So they'd have to port it over themselves unless they
Unless they get
sign a
Nicholas or whatever to do it for them, or limited run games or something. I don't know.
What's that, Undertale?
Yeah, Undertale. Undertale on Switch would be a pretty damn good move, considering there's not really there's not really that many RPGs at the moment, and I'm sure a lot of people would love to have it on the go, so they can show their friends fucking Undertale without having to bring a PC with them or a laptop. I don't know. Seems like $1 million idea. Where's the Undertale pop figures?
They'll come
Oh, they
eventually.
were there, dude. Just while we're on the subject, did you see those figures they made on them?
No.
You never saw the figures they made with the little trailer they had for it?
Nope.
Okay.
I haven't watched much about the games. So I haven't finished
Okay.
it or even played
It's
it.
$80 for a figure, I think. It was $60 or $80 per figure.
Wow. Are they high
They're
quality?
small.
Oh, do they look worth the 80? Or is it just capitalizing on popularity?
They look pretty good. Not $60 good for that size anyway. When I can easily buy an $8 pop figure of it. That's big and I can sit it on my desk. Just saying, get that license in that pop figure please so I can get me a set. Anyway, moving on to our next news story. It's not Final Fantasy, but Persona 5 hits 1.5 million units worldwide in a few days. That was a week ago. Before Bert decided to power through and destroy that game and beat it, so...
Do you know how many it sold before it released worldwide?
I think they said it hit 1 million copies worldwide in a day.
Well, I'm curious, like, just the Japan sales. How were they before worldwide?
That is a good question. I'm not sure.
I was just curious how well it did in the West. Because they could have been at, like, 900,000.
Oh, that would suck. And
Only sold 600,000.
Yeah. You bring up a valid point. Someone should fact check that. We should get a fact check person to do this while we podcast.
Bert, you made that game. You're a bitch.
Sure did. I can't. I'm
Probably the other way
like
around.
ashamed and impressed at the same time. Just like,
I'm not.
no, it's just like Bert, like that
What?
game. That's a once in a 5-year game opportunity, and you power through it in a week.
To be
Like-
expected.
That's what I do with games.
Like Persona
what
6
he
isn't
does
gonna
with
be out
games.
till like PS5 era, and
That's
like,
alright. You know how long I waited between 4 and
but I mean,
5? That's
like,
fine.
you didn't even let it, like, you didn't even like let it, you didn't let it rock. You just destroyed it. It's like,
Bert,
What's
do
up?
you see this biking image I linked you in Discord?
Mm-hmm.
That is what Tin Man's going through right
yes,
now.
like, it's literally like me saying, Bert, I'm going to make you the best fucking meal you've ever had in your life. It's gonna be the best meal.
Have you ever binge watched anything on like Netflix?
Yes, but that's
It's the same
different.
thing.
Yes,
No,
it
it's
is.
not.
Bert, it's not like the show took 5 years to come out. It's like I'm gonna prepare you a meal. It's gonna take 3 years to make, okay? And then afterwards, I'm like, here it is. I took 3 years making this. I hope you. Oh, you downed it. Okay, cool. How'd it taste? And you're just like, that was good. It's like, yeah. Didn't even take the first bite and just oh, that's good. I can really savor the flavor. You just fucking downed it. Why, Bert? It,
It's just the way I play
God
it.
dang.
It's not like I have any other kind of entertainment. It's
I'm
only
just
games.
saying, I'm like, don't you think you would have made that one last a little longer? Just like make that one drawn out, because it's like
No.
you could play through that like casually while you play through other games.
There are no other games because that's how I play the other
Damn.
ones.
All right then. I don't know why it bugs me that much, but it's just like I don't know
either.
why.
Bert, why are you not a reviewer? this would be perfect. If you can go through games like that,
Well,
Oh,
you can review games. No, we're not talking about that.
speaking of reviewing Persona 5, I should mention real quick, for anybody interested, do not look up the GameSpot review on Persona 5. Apparently that has spoilers in it. Yeah, in the
Oh, really?
footage. I heard that from another podcast I listened to, so
I'd be interested to see.
yeah, I think it's
See if it
GameSpot. I think they said GameSpot has like some spoiler stuff in there. So yeah, don't look up their review if you're interested in the game. But back on the subject here. Yeah, that's a lot of units Persona 5 sold. I think that's the most it's sold. They did actually. I remember there was a news story actually, Bert. Now that you bring that up, that did have like the overall sales of the whole series, like 3, 4, or whatever. You know, because 1 and 2 don't exist. But
Well, I mean, I would expect like first
editions of the game.
like first week sale. Yeah, first week sales I expect would of course be
Yeah.
higher. I mean, there's more people playing these games than there have
Yep.
ever been.
Kick the shit out of 3 and 4. But moving on to the most hype
I'm just curious if they'll do like a fighting game or if they'll do like a golden version.
Dancing All Night version, anime version, anime movie version. No,
I think they're doing an anime. I know they have an anime that.
no
They have
novellas,
Yeah.
drama CDs. You know Japan. They love their drama CDs. But moving on to the next news story. I don't know, Bert. That's a good question. I'm hoping like for Persona 5, the bronze on Switch.
What?
You know, the Persona 4 the golden, we go Persona 5 the bronze on Switch.
It doesn't have to be the anything. Like 3's was FES.
Fine, Persona 5 FUB
Director's cut.
as an FU Bert for correcting me on that.
If they do another one, I hope it's better than the answer.
Yeah. The answer.
I've never played Golden, but I assume it's much better than the answer was.
It is.
Man, the answer was like, if you really just want more Persona 3 gameplay without any of that stupid slice of life bullshit, here we got a game for you. The answer.
Which the whole reason you play it is for the
The slice of life stuff. Otherwise, it's just like the dungeons will wear on you real quick.
Yeah, just go play one of the other Shin Megami games.
Yeah, but those have Oh.
I meant they're
Okay.
better for that.
I thought
aspect,
you were-
but they don't have the slice of life stuff.
They have horse demons.
So does Persona 5 now. That's good. But moving on to our next news story, and this is the one I'm really excited for. April 18th, everyone. April 18th. Wonder Boy The Dragon's Trap is coming to Xbox One, Switch, and PS4. And yes, I will be getting it on Switch. And yes, there will be videos on it, hopefully. If I get time.
They made a mistake.
Why?
It's not launching on PC also.
Huh, that's strange. It's not like you play it anyway, Bert.
No.
So,
Are there physical copies or is
it's
it all
digital.
digital? Oh.
Did you hear the dejectment in my voice as I said it?
You know, Bert. He wants everything on
Yeah,
PC.
I mean, it's going to be. It's just
No,
not
see, Bert, if you were gonna play it, then I'd be all sad for you. I'd be like, oh, I really hope they make a PC version. But since you're not gonna play it, screw you and your PC. I'm getting it on the Switch.
You don't want more people playing it?
Yeah, screw you and your 1080 less PC,
You
brah.
wouldn't even be able to play it. You need a 1080 to run it. Those graphics
you need a
require
1080.
1080 power.
Your computer will blow up if you don't have a 1080.
Thankfully, my Switch has that much power built into it.
I mean, you can make a deal with the horse demon.
Good. Then he grants you his power.
Maybe it'll play, and maybe it'll play on your computer, or maybe your computer will get the business.
So basically, tomorrow.
With a hit there. There you go.
Tomorrow, after this podcast, after you're listening to this podcast, it will be available for you to download on your Xbox One, Switch, or PS4. Please try this game. I know I will.
Only if you
I gotta
install it.
find a movie to watch so I can play this in the movie theater. The only movie that's playing that I haven't seen is Fate of Fast and Furious, or Fate of the Furious, or whatever it's called, and I have no interest in it.
You want to watch Cars?
Cars do nothing
car
for
action?
me.
You know, car on car action. That's not Cars the movie.
Yeah. I've heard good things about that movie though.
Which one?
Fate of the Furious.
Is that the last movie? I hope it is.
The last one was supposed to be the last one, I guess.
I know, but there's always another
Yeah.
one, and then there's another.
Can't
one.
wait
Then
for-
there's another one.
Can't wait for the 9 Lives of the Furious.
Is it about cats?
Yeah, it'll be about cats. Okay, if it was about cats driving cars, I would actually go watch it because that'd be funny as shit. The 9 Lives of the Furious. Of the Furious. Oh. Whatever, you guys suck. Puyo Tetris gets crazy video restrictions in Japan. Not so much in the US.
But Japan will still file claims, I'm sure.
Oh, Japan. Yeah, so they're saying it's been back and forth on this. They're saying it's the Tetris company. Other people are saying it's actually Sega Japan. I'm leaning a little bit towards column A and column B because Sega Japan has been known to do some stupid shit when it comes to YouTube and stuff like that. Because everybody remember the good old...
really?
Shut up, Bert.
Oh,
The
yeah.
good old Shining Force... Or not Shining... Well, Shining Force 3 and Shining the Holy Ark. Because they were trying to push Shining Ark. Which is nowhere related to Shining the Holy Ark. Which is an infinitely better game than that piece of shit. Then their stupid Tony Taka bullshit Shining games. Fuck those games. And fuck Sega Japan for trying to get rid of their actual good footage of Shining Force 3 and Shining the Holy Ark to make it so the only relevant Shining Ark shit shows up. What's Shining Ark doing now on
You know
YouTube, Sega Japan? Nothing.
God
No one gives
damn.
no shits about that shitty, goddamn, awful, poorly drawn bullshit. If people cared about those classic games that Camelot put a lot of effort into.
Speaking of Camelot, all they're reduced to now is making freaking Mario sports games. Oh, it hurts because I just watched the video. I'm like, why haven't we seen a sequel to Golden Sun Dark Dawn? And I was just like, oh, my heart.
Scoots, this is the fate of the Furious.
Fate of the Furious. Fate of Scott's heart.
Fate of us. So yeah,
Scoot's heart.
the restrictions were you can't wait. Hang on, let me pull this up real quick. I want to pull up what the restriction were because they were some crazy shit. You had to have the watermark first of all. You could not show any story stuff at all because Puyo games have a really deep story.
Oh yes.
And what was it? It was adventure mode, and that was pretty much it. But yeah, if you showed any footage of the actual game, it had to have a big old watermark in the corner. But Sega of America and Europe said, and I quote, "We highly encourage our American and European fans to stream Puyo Puyo Tetris when it comes out. There are no PS4 share button restrictions. We want them to share their experiences with the world, but we do ask them to please be cautious of revealing adventure mode story cutscenes." So that's that.
They were like, meh, it's not Persona 5.
Well, now, if you do some Persona 5 shit, we're gonna put a strike on your goddamn self, so don't you do it. By the way,
Ain't stopping people.
How shitty is that, by the way? Because a lot of people, I'd imagine, aren't like fully aware of this stuff. So they just like
a lot also are because it was nowhere to be seen on Twitch.
Oh yeah, well,
actually, Bert, people were fighting it on Twitch.
And yeah, like the first day or whatever.
How far did they
there was
get?
one guy. There was one guy. He did a speed run to see how it's a speed run to find out how far he can go before he gets banned.
Oh my god, really? Did he get banned?
I have no idea, but I just remember he passed that day that in the in-game day that they put a stop to.
Oh, they had a embargo on past a certain date in game. Okay.
Yeah. It was like 7/14 or something.
Oh, that's
like that.
Interesting. Huh.
Or 7/7 or something. I don't know, something.
Well, to be fair, that is I get where they're coming from, and unlike Sega of Japan, this is not them just trying to shut it down because, whoa, this is because it's like spoilers, and I'm like, thank you for trying to watch out for us little guys.
They should request that, but they shouldn't. It's wrong for them to enforce it.
You think it's wrong for them to strike?
Yes, very wrong.
I mean, it's shitty. I say it's shitty for the people who aren't following like the gaming news like this. Like if I were to play through, if I were to stream it like not knowing, and then all of a sudden I find myself banned or something, I could understand that. But for people who actually, just because, spoiler culture and a lot of people are like, please don't do spoilers, all of a sudden they're like, oh yeah, well fuck you, blah 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 blah, those assholes. I think you have to be super stern and just fucking ban them. But it does suck for the actual innocent people.
That's not going to stop.
No, but it certainly helps a little bit.
No.
Oh, well, whatever. I think it's a good thing. Not for the innocent.
Like I said, Justin, to be fair, the casual people really can't stream it because they locked out that feature, unless you actually have video equipment.
Yeah, and by then, if you have streaming equipment, that means you know what you can and can't stream. That means you're taking your shit seriously. Somewhat.
It's just Japan being behind the times on how people consume stuff.
True. Especially when it comes to the Sega Japan, when it's like, oh, that also applies to Smash, doesn't it, now? The reason Sakurai didn't want to do a new story mode in the new Smash is because he was like, well, everybody's just going to post the story on the internet. It's like, no, you idiot, that's the point.
Yeah, Japan's just behind the times for that kind of thing, which is kind of crazy.
It is, because they're so ahead of the times and everything else.
Exactly.
I don't know. But yeah, Puyo Tetris, that's another game I'm getting that's gonna... My Switch collection is gonna be huge.
How's your cell phone games? How's your mobile
games? Are you talking about Puyo Tetris? Are you referring to Puyo Tetris as a mobile game? I will shank you if you're doing so, my friend.
But Japan, it's Japan, mobile.
No. Absolutely not.
But they're all about mobile games.
Yeah, they are. Just don't stream it.
So how's that like being ahead of times?
They clearly see something in the mobile market that we, stupid, shithead Americans, didn't. Next news story. SGDQ gets a list of games that will run for the next event. Comes to July 2nd to the 9th. And the game...
You might want to link this.
You think so? It's just a tweet to
Yes.
Beaker.
GamesDoneQuick.com.
Yeah, gamesdonequick.com. No, Bert, you moron. It's http semicolon // gamesdonequick.com / submission / games - list. And it will take you to this website.
And they will take you to a list of games.
There's some good games
run
in
by
here.
different speedrunners. Yeah, there is. But there is no Mario Kart Double Dash. What is going on here?
They got the Wii version.
They sure do.
There's a lot of good games on here. This is the first time I'm actually checking the list. Ooh, Stall's on there.
They're doing Nier
A
Automata.
stall! Oh my god.
Someone remember that game exists. Eat 1001 spikes. That's a good starter.
Is there a Breath of the Wild
Oh,
thing
you know
on
there's
here?
going to be a Breath of the Wild thing in here.
Actually, that's it.
Control F it. But I'm just going to play some music as we look through the list of games. Guys, see anything that's interesting to you?
Well, they have Nier 2 on there.
Oh, really?
It's going to be a one-handed
What?
playthrough.
Someone's already speedrun the game? Like, already got a course figured out and everything?
It says it'll take 2 hours, so
Huh.
I guess
Damn.
There is no Breath of the Wild. on
Really?
here.
That's...
it's probably a restriction from Nintendo.
There is 3 different versions of Link's Awakening DX.
Oh...
Wow, that was pretty delayed.
No, I'm talking about Sonic CD is on the list. It's a Tails any percent.
Look at all these
All good
Tetris.
future run.
We got Super Meat Boy on here.
These are all good games,
Of course.
except for a few.
Super Metroid. Ooh, the new Strider. Bert.
Mhm.
Star Wars Jedi Knight 2. Jedi Outcast.
Yeah, they've done that before. It's really good.
Everyone shut up. Sonic CD's on the list.
I like a whole bunch of Sonics are on
No,
there.
but CD though.
Generations and colors.
But CD.
Yeah. Luckily, it'll only last for 25
No,
years.
remember, that game's so good. It's the best.
It's okay. You got 2 hours and 40 minutes of Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul
Oh
Silver.
boy. At least they got Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 and 4 on there.
They got Metroid Fusion on here.
No 5. Oh my god, I wonder if you could even speedrun that piece of shit. I'll always look back to Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 with a fond heart because Bert got so salty when they switched the slam and the grind button.
Yeah, Caleb Hart. Caleb Hart doing his Mega Man X2 speedrun. Aw, yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Also, Metroid Fusion and Metroid Prime is on
I like
here.
Fusion. Dynamite Heady, that's one of my favorite Genesis games, is on here. It's a good list. This is going to be a good-ass event. I'm going to watch it. You should all watch this.
This is going to be a good SU. Look at all this Freedom Planet and it's Final Fantasy 7.
Some game called Doom.
Some game called Doom, yeah. Never heard of it. It's
Diablo 2
there's a
speedrun.
crappy game about a
Yeah.
Mirror's Edge.
Dark Souls 3 speedrun.
Yeah, this is going to be...
Were you for or against a stall?
What's that?
Were you for or against a stall? on the
Hella
server?
for a stall.
Okay.
It's a very
stall, damn.
beautiful game. For Saturn, at least.
I remember you streamed it once.
Yeah, it's that one with... It's the
Oh,
anime.
God.
It's that really anime game.
The final game is Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link.
Well, these are just in alphabetical order.
The fools. They don't have Dragon's Trap on there. Especially with the new one that just came out. Oh, missed opportunity. Oh well. This is a good ass event. For anybody that doesn't know what SGDQ SGDQ is an event in which many speedrunners get together, host an event, usually for a good cause, in which you can donate money towards a good cause, and you get to see awesome games speedrun quickly. And it takes place over the span of a week, non-stop, gaming action on a stream for you to watch. Look up SGDQ 2017 and it'll find the list. It'll be July 2nd to the 9th. Prepare for a good ass time. You know what else is a good ass time? The Legend of
What's a good last
Heroes
time?
Trails of Cold Steel is coming to PC this summer.
Sure.
Bert,
is.
what is Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel?
Well, Legend of Heroes in general is an RPG series that were very popular in Japan. And they just started recently getting translated over here. The Cold Steel series is the new series that they started making.
Mm-hmm.
And when they were coming out for over here, it was late PS3, so they don't really get that much attention.
I was gonna say it was also for the Vita too, but yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they came out on PS3, 1 and 2 did. But like everyone's moved on from the PS3 since then. So it's good
And
to
the
see
Vita.
them getting well, maybe in Japan it did well there. But yeah, it's nice to see that it gets new life on the PC. It's a well-loved series.
And now
Is
on
it
the Vita.
actually good? Is it actually good, or is it just like this subpar, like the hyperdementia games, or it's just like average to mediocre? But for some reason, they're really
Hey,
popular.
that's on the Vita too.
I believe people really like them. So
Have you played any of them?
I played the original.
Is it good?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound. It doesn't
And
sound or look particularly interesting. It just kind of looks like your generic RPG
No,
anime.
I mean, it's a Vita game, so it kind of has that like low poly look to it.
Yeah, I mean, what's the charm behind it? Like, what's the deal? With Legend of Heroes title
Story.
like that, it sounds like you control multiple heroes.
I would assume. I know there's like each the games have different like cast of characters, but it's kind of school related, kind of like Persona, I guess. Like these groups. I don't know. Just
I can't
random.
believe they ripped off
I don't know-
Persona
I don't
and
know
then put
enough
it on the
about
Vita.
Not Persona.
You know, I could have always said it's like your high school thing, like, you know, Valkyria 2. But that was like,
don't you go there.
That's a bad example.
The worst part is I'd rather play 2 than Revolution.
You don't know
I
that.
know it.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I know
you don't
this.
You didn't
No,
play it.
I
You didn't play the full
No.
thing.
don't need to.
I don't know. I think you need
What
to.
about this Legend of Heroes Trails of Cold Steel? Is there anything else you want to talk about it? As far as it comes to
No,
PC?
I just think it's cool. Look forward. I believe the second one's coming to PC too eventually.
Yeah.
So,
And the third
Oh.
game of the original trilogy is still
that
being
too.
translated, so it'll be out eventually. I don't know when the release date.
but not on the PSP, because, you know,
not on the Vita.
They're PC.
maybe the Vita, if you're lucky.
So, Bert,
Probably not the Vita. Maybe the Switch.
would you recommend these games as the
Oh,
RPG
damn.
nut of the three of us?
I definitely recommend the first game, Trails in the Sky or whatever it's called.
Okay.
And if you like that, then keep going with the series. If not, don't.
Words to live by. You know what else is not living anymore? The Nintendo Classic.
Let me sprinkle some salt everywhere, because that is the salt of everyone getting massively salty over the NES Classic.
Yep. Nintendo decides to discontinue the NES Classic in North America.
No one knows why, besides the fact that it hasn't even been out that long.
Since November.
Well, they said it was only supposed to be a limited item anyway.
Bert, when they said that, they said a mouthful. So limited that no one could get it, except for the scalpers.
Yeah, well,
They did. It's currently going for $300 on eBay. Yay. Thanks, Nintendo. Not that I ever wanted one, but whatever.
Rip!
Yep. It's fine. Don't worry, everyone. If you truly want an NES Classic Mini, there are ways to get it. It's called a Raspberry Pi.
Yep.
That's what Nintendo's saying.
I mean, that Nintendo was basically telling you, hey guys, you couldn't find an
Pirate this
NES.
shit.
Fuck you. Get something else.
Embrace emulators. That's what they're
Yep.
saying.
Hey, that is one thing. That's one thing other crappy plug-and-play TV game companies have over Nintendo. Their shit's readily available everywhere, including Walgreens.
It's okay. We'll probably see an NES Classic 2 or a SNES Classic, which, you know, I will pre-order day one, because they will really have good games on that.
You gotta imagine an SNES Classic would be more expensive though. Yeah?
Yep. And it'll only be available for 5 minutes at closed down Circuit City locations in certain parts of the states.
I will fisticuff people to pre-order that shit.
And each closed down Circuit City will only get one shipment of one SNES Classic Mini.
It will be me, and the Tin Man, Justin, Mr. Wolfie himself. It'll be 2 Mike Haggers. We will grab one random guy, and we'll double pile drive the guy into the ground. Then we go to the next person, and we just keep doing it. And then
through the line. So are you saying we'd have to final fight / Streets of Rage our way through the store to get our pre-orders?
Yes. You know what? Better yet, one will be Mike Hager, the other one will be Max. Slide kick the dude into me, and then I will pile drive him.
We get to the big manager of the store. It's fucking Mr. X, and he has a Tommy gun and shit.
You'll go huzzah, and I'll be like, oh! that poor guy will just get the business.
This.
And that guy will go.
You see what you make us do, Nintendo? We have to have fucking violent fantasies about murdering people to get these things because you keep making them so unavailable to the public. What if I actually... Don't you
just love high demand?
Oh, go on.
Don't you just love high demand?
Yeah. What if I actually wanted this? I'd be so mad.
Well, if you wanted it, they'll sell you each game individually.
I know. Oh, yeah. Another rumor is the reason they stopped this is so they can actually do the virtual console on the Switch, finally. You'll have to rebuy your digital games again. No, Scooch. Just this one last time, though. Because it's going to be all tied to your Nintendo accounts. That's what Nintendo said, and I believe them.
You think they'll be more expensive?
Sure. Why not? I'm not even going to lie, though. There is one NES Classic game I have to have for my Switch. Because playing that in the theater would be amazing.
What would that
Bubble
be?
Bobble. I fucking love that game so much.
Speaking of that,
you want to play that by yourself though?
That's the best part. I could look up to the guy behind me and be like, "Hey, you want to play?" Give him the Joy-Con. The Switch is it's a good concept.
He'll take it and sell it for $50. That's what I did if someone handed it to me.
Yeah, dude. It's like,
hand it to you, you look at it for just like 2 minutes, then you just grab it, then run away.
Like I was gonna say,
5-finger discount that
slides
shit.
out of frame very slowly. Hey, you're not playing anymore. Where'd he go? Down a Joy-Con.
Come back.
Then I can just go to Walmart up the street and then get a new Joy-Con, a yellow one with a battery pack.
Ooh, neon yellow.
Get a black and yellow. Get one half black and the other half neon yellow because the other one got stolen.
Nintendo used to do it like trade events. They would chain the stuff to like people, so they couldn't run off with it.
I mean, you could steal the person if you really wanted it.
You have to chain the Joy-Cons.
Yeah, exactly. You'd be like, okay, so it's nothing personal. We're gonna have to fucking amputate your arm to get this Joy-Con. This thing's worth more than your life. Oh, Nintendo. Why you do this to the people? If this was Sega and they had like a mini Sega Classic and like it was so rare, I would go so ham on them. But since this is Nintendo, it's okay.
This is where we go Streets of Rage and I do bare knuckle. And
bare knuckle.
Go into your huzzah. You'll do your huzzah and I'll do the bare knuckle.
Oh, I can't wait for the actual virtual console to start getting full up with games. Need something to play besides Isaac.
And then we have Bert here goes, ooh, spin kick.
This brings a great image to mind. Of Bert in Blaze's 90s gear, the two-piece outfit. And the high heel stilettos. I would be. Not gonna lie. You know what else I'd be into, but probably not? Our next news story.
You should get
the superior version of Stardew Valley Collector's Edition is coming to Xbox One and PS4. Bert.
Wouldn't the superior version be like Switch version?
I don't know. Say, Bert, why don't you tell us a little bit about Stardew Valley? Because we haven't heard enough about this in the last podcast.
Yes, we want to hear about your farming simulator with action. Lots and lots of action.
Farming action.
Yep. There you go.
Just
Just
all the action, all the farming action, all
all
of
of
it.
it.
Imagine Persona.
What the hell did you just break? Oh, well, okay. Now start.
Poor.
All the
Stardew
action.
Valley is now another trigger word for Scoots.
I guess
Okay,
so.
so it came out on PC earlier, I guess, last year, and it's developed quite the fan base in Bert, and
All the action.
he's claiming that it's the next Harvest Moon, and I don't believe him. But this collector's edition comes with a few extra goodies, including a map of Pelican Town, a mini guidebook, and a physical copy of Stardew Valley soundtrack, which includes 30 through hand-picked tracks. You can check out the official launch trailer in the collector's edition in the video below. And reading description here.
The game has a deep narrative story. It will put you to tears. All the action. All the action.
We should probably move on from this story before Scoots gets an aneurysm over there.
But the next game has all the action too.
It does. Wait, we're not going to get into that. But first, I do want to ask Bert, will you be getting the collector's edition of Stardew Valley?
No.
Why not? You love that game. Apparently that game's not as good.
Apparently that game doesn't have enough action for you to care.
It's not apparently.
How many games have I bought on multiple consoles?
Moving on to the next story.
New Sonic Forces gameplay and unexpected character confirmed during Nintendo Direct.
Sonic Sun.
No, we're not going into theories. Okay. You know what? Bert, okay, you get that theory, okay? That's your theory. Now, for reference, if it's revealed that it's Sonic Sun, we have Bert to blame. So, there you go.
Well, who would you want the mother to be?
Oh, God. No, we're not opening up this can of worms. Even for me, the man who talks about breeding season, there's a running gag for this podcast. Every podcast will not go into parenthood of the Sonic universe. I don't want to think about that right now.
But you like the chows,
I
don't
do.
you?
And I breed the crap out of those guys.
It's going to be a futuristic character. You already know this.
All right.
It's his son from the future.
It's still...
It was a futuristic character warning Sonic.
You mean like Silver?
Oh, no. Wait. Oh, no.
So, yeah, I made a video on this a while back saying, like, you know...
Better not be Bubsy.
Yeah, that's...
Better not be that. You stop that right now. The
comment section of that video basically erupted into 3 arguments. And the 3 arguments are... There's 3... 4... I can't count. One says it's going to be Bubsy the Bobcat. Another group of people says it's going to be a create your own custom character. Another group of people say that it's going to be like Antoine from the fucking comics or Sat AM. And then there's people like me who is like, it's a new character.
It's a
no
new
one was
character.
saying it's going to be Sonic Sun.
No, you are the first person to say it's going to be Sonic Sun.
Oh.
That will be a new character if you want to.
That is true. Bert, what would you call Sonic Sun? What would you name this character?
Sonacy.
Sonacy? Would he have a Chronicles?
In his Chronicles.
Yeah.
Yes. This theme will be the best
Oh
one.
my god, speaking of Sonacy Chronicles, that's the running gag for something that happened 2 or 3 years ago. But Sonic Chronicles may be canon because of this game. Because I don't care about spoilers. Fuck it. That game is so crappy. No one plays that game. It's awful. At the end of Sonic Chronicles, Eggman does take over the world. And it kind of looks like the way this game looks right now. So I hope that's not the case, because that would mean that that other character that's new in Sonic Chronicles is now canon.
Is he cool?
Is she cool? No.
Why not?
Because it's... The best way to put it, and this is an inside joke for Sonic fans, it's a Ken Penders character.
I don't know
Ken Penders is... The best way to put it is an artist who, for some reason, got it through his head that for years he's been working on the Archie Sonic comics, that all the characters in that comic belong to him. Besides Sonic, Knuckles, and the actual game characters, all the characters that are in that comic belong to him. and he sued Archie for them, and he won. So
Did he draw?
no,
them?
he doesn't have all of them. He got like a couple of them. Like there's a shitty skunk character he got. He got all the Knuckles family members.
Oh, so he has a parent.
In the comics, he did.
Oh, okay.
Did you also know he had a brother called Kneecaps?
No, but that sounds amazing.
All written by Ken Penders. I'm going. There's this. Oh my god, it's the worst. It is actually the
You
worst.
should link him.
I'll just suffice to say that Archie Comics was gonna have none of that, and they said fuck you and your shitty characters, and they did a whole reboot where they basically did this giant genocide of the Sonic universe. Like everybody dies except for like the main group, and gets wiped the fuck out in like a humiliating, awful way. And the whole comics got rebooted, so only the game characters are in it now. Except for a few Freedom Fighters that still linger, but yeah. They decided to do a big FU to this stupid skunk character and decided to make him a stupid vampire or something like that before they killed him off. It was really funny. Then Ken Penders has got it through his head. He wants to make all the Knuckles characters his own original creations and make original comics on them. We have not heard any further news since 2013 on that. His artwork is awful. Brett, I'm going to link you it one day. You'll love it.
But is it Tony Taka?
It's worse.
Wow, praise for talking.
Yeah, Tony Taka,
Damn.
your work is better than Ken Penders. Good job.
God damn. So negative.
I hate you, Tony Taka.
They both have generic names.
Tony Taka and Ken Penders team up to make a shitty Knuckles family-based RPG. The Knuckles family characters were the worst. The worst. Moving on. The new character is a new character. I'm 100% sure it's gonna be some raggedy cat or coyote or wolf dog, something. It looks like it, based on what I've seen. Based on what I can know. And then they showed like new footage, kinda, of classic Sonic gameplay in Green Hill Zone, and apparently that pissed a lot of people off. They're like, Green Hill Zone again? Ah!
Isn't that like Sonic though?
Yeah?
It's like the origins.
Like
the very
that's
first
kind
level.
of. I mean, not always. They usually always go with like that theme though, that green and blue theme. Emerald Hill Zone, Emerald Coast, City Escape, Seaside Hill. You get the drift. They usually always.
Needs more oil ocean.
That's the zone they should do. I love that theme.
Do.
But yeah, we know what we know about Sonic Forces now. We gotta wait till E3 to see the new character. Who will be right? Will it be Bert's prediction of Sonic's son? Who's the mother, Bert?
I hope not.
I don't know enough characters.
Just
He's gonna
say
say
Amy
Amy Rose
to
is here.
please the non-existent Sonic fans of yours.
It's gonna be Tails.
Ah! Well,
Shit.
Bert, you open up that can. I'm just gonna hand you this plate. You finish that. You finished that
it
meal.
Can always be adult tales.
Wait, did you? Wait, are you spinning it by saying it's
What?
gonna be an adult tales that he fathered this child with?
No! What the hell? God, no.
What did you say?
That character could be adult tales.
Oh, from the future? Yeah, someone
Yes.
said that too. I was like, that's a fucked up future. There were no visible tails on that character. But
He was hiding it.
yeah, in pocket space. Where they keep the Chaos Emeralds. Dear God,
It's like, just like how they hid Rock Howard and the silhouette thing.
Yeah, that was clever. Oh,
They
boy.
could hide his tails.
Bert,
It could be
why'd you do
misleading.
that? Why'd you do that?
You asked. I didn't.
Whatever. Whatever, Bert. You're the Ken Penders of this group now. You did that.
You did it to yourself.
Next news story. Yakuza Kiwami Steelbook Edition coming August 29th for $29.99. You should get this game.
Wow.
I've talked about Yakuza games to nauseum at this point. But this is basically the first game
Yeah.
redone HD. 60 frames a second. It's
Ooh.
good.
I gotta say, all these steelbook editions, they're making my collection look really
shiny.
nice. I have like 5 of these.
I think
things.
Atlas might have had a surplus of like steelbook cases.
Go on, Bert. What are you gonna say, Bert?
Are you gonna get Revolution?
Why are you bringing that up when I'm talking about Yakuza
God!
Kiwami?
He's talking about Steelbook.
I'm talking about Yakuza Kiwami. I'm trying to talk about good games. You keep bringing up fucking Valkyrie Revolution.
I was curious.
Fucking Sonic and Adult Tales Fathering Children and Valkyrie Revolution is all you talk about now. You can't even talk about Yakuza Kiwami without you bringing it up.
Okay, go on.
I think maybe we need to get this man some Valkyrie
We need
Revolution.
to get it to him because apparently he's not going to stop until someone plays it.
He's just constantly talking about it now.
He's obsessed with this game, and it's shit. He's played it before. He knows how crappy it is. He's really pushing this.
He has this little glimpse of hope that it will be fixed.
Yeah. you
Oh
never
my
know.
god, Bert, you know what? If you never know, you rent it. You play it.
I will be playing it.
No, he will
Oh my
buy
God.
it.
Yeah, I gotta get that wolf pin.
I'm gonna punch you in a place that you won't like. Let me talk about my.
That sounds
Only
like
if we could travel back in time and do that before he kills off Boyd.
Before this podcast starts.
We double Falcon Punch. Galactic Falcon Punch his nuts.
I'm so just like I just want to talk about my Yakuza Kiwami Steelbook Edition. It's so
Yes.
so cheap.
Let's
It's
go.
$29.99. That is so cheap.
Yes.
You know what else?
Bert, I will ruin
Oh,
you.
no, you don't.
It comes with more.
I will ruin
Don't say
you
it.
if you ruin my Yakuza Kiwami news story.
Don't do it.
It comes out on
Don't do it.
on Bert's birthday. I didn't know that till he said that.
Well,
Yeah.
There you go.
So you should get it for your birthday, Bert, to yourself.
Oh, I'll be sure to
Yeah,
get on that.
good.
Majima everywhere.
Oh
system.
yeah, that's so cool. Did you actually see what that was, Bert?
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, okay. We're not even gonna tell you. If you're gonna play it, and you're gonna love it. The Majima Anywhere system is amazing. Because Scoots, I know you saw the trailer. Oh, I can't talk about it.
I
Yeah, just I love
Yes.
it. I love that. You just reminded me, and it's gonna be built on the Yakuza 0 engine, so you know it's good.
Now, where is my Yakuza 2 remake?
They've never done a remake on 2. And I would
I
shit
know.
my pants for 2 right now because 2 is in my opinion, the best Yakuza story to date. Not
Let me
counting
ask
5,
you,
Bert.
Would you go Final Fantasy 7 remake on this and like freaking bust
Yeah.
a nut? Seeing
Yeah,
the trailer,
Yakuza 2 would be my Final Fantasy 7 of Yakuza games.
What if
and
they
then
change?
and then you realize they separated into 3 parts.
No.
Yakuza 2 Part 1, Yakuza 2 Part 2, Yakuza 2 Part 3.
I'd be okay with that. That game is really good, Yakuza 2. What were you saying, Bert?
was the
It
best
really
one.
was. As far as story is concerned.
I was gonna ask, what if they changed everything you like about it?
Like...
They turned it into a third-person shooter.
You mean Yakuza Dead Souls? Which led to Binary Domain?
Yeah.
Big Bo.
Big Bo.
What if they replaced the main character with Big Bo?
In Yakuza 2? It would be sweet!
There you go.
Oh my god. Yakuza Kiwami, get it.
And then you will have a cutscene where he sees the Chinese lady and he goes, "Meow."
Oh my god. I don't
Yeah.
really like. Oh, you don't really like that character in that fucking game. Or it's dumb.
That was his favorite
was.
character.
Mine too. I already have a pre-order for this game, by the way, on Amazon. Figured I'd tell you guys because you would not let me live it down if I didn't.
Yeah, I get 2 versions of it.
Kiwami? No,
So you don't have to
no,
open
I'm
it.
just getting a Steelbook edition. It's fine. If they had a collector's edition, I'd get one and not open it.
Only you would do this.
I don't know. Something about collector's edition lately. I've just been like, I'm not gonna open this. I think it started. It all
never
no.
did
It all
sell it.
started with Binding of Isaac, and it's been going downhill since then.
Would you even need to open this though? You're not gonna
Whatever.
play it.
Shut up. I'm gonna totally play it. You'll see.
He's gonna buy the digital version, and then he's gonna keep the steelbook. There you
No,
go.
He would buy two physical.
No, I wouldn't do that.
You'll buy
I'll
the
probably
digital.
buy digital and physical, depending how nice that
There
steelbook
you go.
looks. Anyway, so Namco Bandai is going to reveal a new game on April 20th. The teaser says prepare to dine. So probably another God
That's
Eater.
Real terrible. They're trying to go off of the Dark Souls slogan.
Oh.
Yeah.
They added an N
It's
in
not gonna be a
there.
Dark
I see. I honestly thought it was a reference to God Eater.
They should not have put prepare to dine at the end of that.
You think? But that's the breaking point.
Well, there's been backlash.
Is it really?
Yeah, that has nothing to do with Dark Souls.
It's prepare to D something. Prepare to D does not mean is not copyright to Dark Souls.
I know, but it's an obvious thing.
I don't know. I didn't catch it.
Of course you didn't. I wouldn't expect you
Oh,
Prepare to Die edition.
prepare to dine edition. Whatever. It's probably God Eater's Dark Souls edition or something. The trailer just shows some anime girl and she's like, "I'm gonna look into the distance," and then the distance is like, "Roar, I'm a
to. It
monster."
could be a dude.
That's clearly
It's
clearly
okay.
female.
Maybe we should talk about the
Is
next
Japan you're
story.
talking about?
Like I said, maybe we should talk about the next story because I already pre-ordered all
Did you?
this.
Did you get all versions?
No,
How'd you
I don't
pre-order
know,
this?
I don't
Where?
know, like GameStop.
You should say what it is.
Oh. The thing we are talking about, of course, is Bayonetta, Cloud, and Corrin amiibos, which have been dated for the date of July 21st.
Yep. Don't forget about the Zelda ones.
Who? So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to get that Bayonetta one.
Which one?
Oof.
What if you
So-
could only get
Then
one?
the first one, the classic Bayonetta, red and black one.
That's
That's
the
the right answer.
See, I already pre-ordered Bayonetta, both Clouds, one Corrin, Skyward Sword Link. No, wait, it was no, never mind. It was Twilight Princess Link, and the Fire Emblem, the new Fire Emblem Echoes amiibos,
Mm-hmm.
and the Pikmin amiibo.
Oh. Well then, I guess I have to make a pre-order then, maybe. I need that Bayonetta one. I need it in my life.
People went nuts over the Cloud one. I'm just letting you know that right
Probably,
now.
I don't doubt it. He is the most popular RPG character of all time.
I talked with the GameStop manager around where I live,
They're probably already sold
and
out.
he said to immediately pre-order that, and I did.
Yeah, they're probably already sold out, but whatever. Can't hurt to check.
It was funny because he looked at it and he's like, "So what do you want to pre-order?" Scoots, and I look at it and I'm all like, "Well, you're gonna be one happy person right now."
All.
He's like,
I will
"Let me-
pre-order all.
all of them, all of them." Well, he's like, "Well, that looks good on my
Yep.
record. Thank you." I'm like, don't mention it.
You sure?
No, all of them. Can I order it twice? No. Damn.
I wanted to scalp.
No, I like opening one set and then keeping the other set
NRFB.
for display. Yes, you got the NRFB, then you got
You gotta get real creepy when
other-
people approach your box. You gotta go NRFB, NRFB.
NRFB.
That's my favorite episode of Dexter. In hindsight, I really love that episode because I didn't know it would reflect my adult self later.
That's the story.
It
of your
really
life.
is. At first, I was a kid. I was like, "That doesn't make sense. Why don't you fucking open the box? Play with the damn toy." Now I'm like, "Fuck childhood me. Keep it in the box." NRFB.
NRFB. NRFB.
Hey, pick.
Never remove from box.
Never remove from box.
Or wait, better yet, never remove from box.
You gotta break your desk when you do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of things,
That was also like a Star Trek reference too. That whole episode.
yeah, I figured as much. I think that was the whole point.
Yeah.
But the next news story. Hey, Pikmin is coming to 3DS July 28th.
Are you gonna play this?
No, I'm not really gonna touch my 3DS anymore now that I have a Switch.
You are gonna touch the 3DS for the new Fire Emblem.
Oh right. Well.
Monster Hunter?
No, I think I'm
Monster.
officially done with the 3DS. I want everything on Switch now.
Speaking of 3DS, I just got
What's
something
that?
recently for Bert. It is the Circle Pad Pro for the 3DS XL.
What do I need that for?
Yeah, I wonder.
Well, if we play Monster Hunter, it makes your controller look fucking.
You gave me the new 3DS.
But that is small. This is
No.
a beefy man cakes controller, handheld thing.
Scoots.
I don't like beefy man case
Scoots.
controllers.
Bert is a small man.
What's up?
He needs his small controller.
Exactly. Like using the Duke.
The Duke, I don't care what you,
You
say.
love the Duke.
The Duke Xbox controller was the most comfortable controller ever.
You would say that.
Dude, my hands loved it. I was like, why don't they make more of these?
That controller was amazing. What are you talking about, Bert?
Besides the black and white button placement, it was fine.
I like the analogs on that thing.
Nice, juicy controller. You can't even find that one, really. Even in like mom and pop stores that sell like the old controllers, you can't really find it. It's always the S model.
Because a lot of people like that controller and they abuse the shit out of it.
That was a comfortable ass controller. I need to get another one. Not that I ever go back and play. Actually, I might go back and play original Xbox. I've been having a strange urge to play a Togi.
Oh, yeah. Forgot you let me borrow that, Bert.
Play it.
What?
You should play it. It's a
I
pretty
should.
strong game.
Literally made it through halfway in the game and then bam.
Games came out.
I got the wolf guy and I was all
That's
like,
the best
yeah, and
character. I bet Bert's favorite character
I
is the
stopped.
101.
And I stopped after that.
No, I used the wolf.
Really? I thought you liked the. I thought for sure you'd like the kimono chick, or the fucking tree guy.
Ugh.
Remember the tree? It's just it's a floating tree with like the circle round wheel thing on its back that shoots like
Oh.
Then he's gonna like kill something I like.
It's a pretty good game.
Oh, that reminds me. With some gaming news, did you see the Neo DLC, Mr. Burt?
Yes.
Very winter-like. I don't know when it's supposed to come out though. I just remember seeing a glimpse of it.
Me either.
I still gotta beat that game.
We were supposed to talk about Pikmin on the 3DS. We went on a whole tangent.
Well, it's a platformer. Well, what else do you want
I
from
guess.
it? I pre-ordered the amiibo.
Does it look good?
It's alright for a 3DS game.
It's a platformer
Oh, there you
Pikmin game.
Yeah. Not much else to say on that. And I guess, unless you guys want to talk about the Scorpio.
Scorpion? What's he doing
Get
here?
over here! Other news. YouTube is making changes to their partner program. Channels must now hit 10,000 lifetime views before they can make money. Good.
I don't get the point of this.
It's to stop people from uploading popular stuff on their channels and making money off of it.
Sure, but you can't, like, 1,000 views isn't even like $10.
Yeah, it's
And you can't get paid until you hit 100 anyway.
Bert, don't
what's
take the win
point?
out of YouTube sales. They did something right. Award them with a gentle pat on the head.
I don't know what they've done right.
Because, Bert, imagine if you made a multi-million-dollar video and it's only been the first week, and all of a sudden everybody's uploading it to their YouTube channels.
And
Now they're also making, and their videos are also getting really popular, and they're making money off your stuff.
if they were making money off it, they have way more than 10,000 lifetime views.
Well, no, it's to stop them because they're not going to get money from just putting. Shut up, Bert.
They're not gonna get
Shut
money
up.
anyway.
Next story. New Transformers last night movie. You ruined it. It was supposed to be the 10. That's a good thing. It's a minor, but it's good. It stops.
It's just weird because you're not gonna get paid for 10,000 views anyway.
It's to stop people from just making YouTube accounts to upload other people's shit to it and make casual money off of it.
But if they're gonna make any kind of money, they're gonna hit the point where they can get this.
It's initially to stop it.
Well,
No,
anyways,
I think what it's for is to stop people from like having like advertisers, because you know how many advertisers are pulling out of YouTube right now because of like questionable content or whatever.
Go on.
Like I think they're trying to, so this way they don't have to put ads on people who are just starting. They can try to nip those in the bud first.
That's what you think the ulterior motive is here.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's a solid theory, but I don't know, Bert. You seem paranoid and dumb. I think
mean-
my theory's better.
If you've been looking at like people being paid through YouTube, like everything's coming from YouTube Red now instead of ad.
Oh, really?
Because so many ad makers are pulling out.
Jesus. Well, this is a big talking point, but like YouTube brought this on themselves. Like people have been saying this shit for years. Like YouTube, get your shit together. YouTube's like, why aren't you monitoring these things? Don't let this get out of control, YouTube. But what did YouTube do? They turned a blind ear and didn't listen. And now look at them. Now that they're losing money, now all of a sudden they want to take all these precautions. It's their own fault. Anything, Bert? Scoots? Nothing?
No.
alrighty. Now we can
just a
talk
weird
about
change.
how shitty that Transformers last night trailer really was.
Did you see how shitty it was? That was
Yes.
awful. And this is coming from a series of
Yes.
awful Transformers movie.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
pretty bad.
Yes.
The Thor Ragnarok trailer got revealed. There's still no Beta Ray Bill in it.
Hey, at least that trailer's good.
Yeah, but really could have used that.
It
Beta Ray
has-
Bill.
It has War World.
It does have that's the just because they can't make a World War Hulk movie, but sure, I'm down to clown with this movie. I guess I've never actually watched any of the Thor movies because Thor isn't a particularly interesting character for me. But I do want to see this Hulk, World War Hulk action in here.
Don't forget, Doctor Strange is in the movie.
Yes, that too. Don't know how the hell he's going to be in this, but sure. This is the only thing I'm ever going to see on Thor Ragnarok, because then the trailer comes out, it's going to have all the shit in there, and it's going to be like, this is the movie, basically. So I'm fine with this.
Indeed.
But if they do have a trailer with Beta Ray Bill in it, I'm going to fucking watch it. Just to see Beta Ray Bill. If not, then no. Anyway, our final other news story. There was a new Star Wars teaser. Because why not?
Whoa, I am not used to you talking about Star Wars.
I figured there's something you two could talk about.
Ugh. I watched that with a group of friends, and I'm just, it was a very good trailer. Teaser, at least. Anything you have to say, Bert?
Looks cool. It doesn't really show much, so I guess that's the plus that Justin says.
Yep, that's why you watch a teaser, not a trailer. It's just enough to whet your appetite to be like, that's a teaser. That's a movie I know.
You know what this has? It has Kylo Ren. There you go. There's your teaser.
No, what else has Kylo Ren?
What is Kylo Ren? Let me guess. A certain game that is supposed to be coming out.
Yep. Battlefront 2.
You can't talk about
Yes,
that. That's the this is other news. We can't talk about gaming news in here. You're breaking the flow.
I don't see any rules on here that says you can't.
There's rules right. It says right there. Other news.
Okay, we're in Q&A. Scoots, what do you think about Battlefront 2?
No, you didn't let me do my plug.
Yeah, Bert. I love that. You know what? You should do this more often. And I think Battlefront 2 looks cool.
It does. I think it looks...
You know I can just edit that out, right?
Nope.
I have the power.
It's more work for you.
Oh, God damn it.
You might as well put in the links too while we're at it.
Oh, hang on. Beep. For those of you that have been wondering, if you want to find a certain subject in the podcast, be sure to check the description. There are timestamps for it now.
Anyways, Bert. But yeah, when I saw Darth Maul, I was like, yeah!
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing all eras again. Even
yes, all the
movies
eras.
weren't great. They're still more.
They're even doing Rogue One.
Are they? I know they added Rogue One stuff to the first game.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're adding the Last Jedi stuff. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And they have a single player mode now.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's good.
Hopefully whenever I become Darth Maul, it plays Duel of Fates. That's all I want. That's all I want here.
Think Qui-Gon will be in there?
Oh. Oh.
Because they showed Yoda's fighting him and not Qui-Gon.
Probably. You know what? They should put Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then he better say, I have the high ground.
Which version of Obi-Wan would they put in, though?
All of them.
All of them?
All of them. I wonder if they're going to do Clone Wars.
Even Jedi Ghost?
Yes. He will just keep saying, I have the high ground. You got nothing. There's a joke about him with the high ground. Because there was that video with... you remember episode 3 when he fights Anakin Skywalker?
Yeah, Justin knows all about that.
Oh.
It's the ultimate getting the business.
That's how I imagine Justin dying.
You tell him, no, you're going to lose because I have the high ground. And he doesn't listen. Then he gets the business because he didn't listen. And then he gets his crotch burned and everything else burned on his body. Because he just didn't listen. The guy had the high ground. You can't mess with the high ground. The high ground is the ultimate destruction zone.
I only know that meme because I hear people using it every time they are actually in the high ground, and they're playing some sort of game. They're like, "Don't come at me. I got the high ground."
Exactly, like with Dark Souls. If you have the high ground, you better not fuck with that person.
I have no idea what it ties this to Star Wars. Just that it's a funny thing that people say when they have the high ground.
Basically means I have the advantage.
You've got nothing. Ha!
But yes. You know what, Justin? Me, you, and Bert, we're all going to watch Star Wars. We're going to binge watch all the Star Wars movies, and then we'll keep you up.
Pass.
No, you're going to watch it.
I'll give you a hard-ass pass.
You're both going to watch it. You're both going to watch it.
Oh, I can't tell you how hard I pass on that offer.
I might have some people with me. That'll keep you up. Both of you.
No.
We'll tie you to chairs, and we'll make sure your eyes are open.
What is this, fucking Clockwork Orange?
Yeah.
You know what it is time for? It's time for my favorite part, the Q&A session. If you guys have a question for the podcast, be sure to put it in the comments below or post it to mondaynightwolfcast@gmail.com. That's mondaynightwolfcast@gmail.com. And we'll do our best to respond to it in the next podcast, which will be on... I don't see the date, so I'm not... the 1st. 1st of May. I think. Yes, the 1st of May. But in the meantime, we have 3 questions coming in today. The first one from Brian Price. Question:
Besides Ghost in the Shell, what are your top 5 animes?
Who wants to start this one off?
I figure Scoots knows the most about anime, so
Damn!
we'll let him go.
Yeah, maybe he'll inspire me with some of his.
Okay, where to begin? Trigun, Outlaw Star. Cowboy Bebop. Let me think some more. Actually, the Tenchi Muyo series was pretty good.
I barely remember that one. I remember it's like a reverse harem anime. That's pretty much all I know about it.
Yeah.
That for some reason got really
And,
dark at some point, and I stopped watching it after that.
Trying to remember my top anime. Oh, and Fist of the North Star.
That's 4.
I love Fist of the North Star. No,
Tenchi
I
Muyo.
said Outlaw Star.
Outlaw Star.
I said Cowboy Bebop. Trigun. God damn it. I'm pretty sure I said 4.
That's what I said.
Okay, I said Trigun, Cowboy Bebop, Outlaw Star,
It's the North Star.
Tenchi Muyo.
Okay, you did say 5.
And Fist of the... Yeah!
I'm sorry. Math was never a strong point.
Damn, Goldfish memory!
Go next.
Go play some Valkyrie
Can I answer for you?
Revolution.
Can you answer for me? You can try, but you're gonna be wrong.
Your favorite is Sword Art Online.
You did it. Just end it all right there. End it right there. Because the Sword Art Online is so good, it cancels all the animes.
Here's when I come in with a divine intervention and say, hey, you really like Dot Hack.
Justin does?
Yes. You've never seen it.
I've seen it.
You've never seen it. What are you talking about?
I saw the one with the not the orange jumpsuit kid, the other guy,
You know
the
what?
emo kid.
You like the Virtua Fighter anime.
I do, but I wouldn't put it in the top.
Splash Mountain.
Vert, you go. I still need to think of a 4th and a 5th.
I mean, I haven't seen too many, but I like Evangelion. I like
That's pretty good.
Full Metal Panic.
Pretty good. You gonna say Full Metal Alchemist too? Because that was
No.
pretty good too.
I've never seen enough of that
Really?
to say one way or the other.
Well, you need to watch
Yeah,
Brotherhood.
that's the
That's
one I was
pretty
gonna
good.
say. You need to watch Brotherhood if you're gonna see that.
I like Escaflowne. I like Spice and Wolf.
Not bad.
Can't think of a 4th or 5th, rather.
Can't be Ghost in the Shell, Vert.
I don't know.
You know what? I'm just gonna put in one. You like Big O.
Big O.
No.
Big O. Yes, he loves Big O.
Everything's a
He loves
dream.
Big O so much, just as much as I love Sword Art Online.
Fine.
Fucking anime star.
You like G Gundam. Ooh, that's a good one. I like that one.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
After this, we have to say what our worst animes are because
Are you serious?
Big O.
nope. You have to come up with 5th. Oh, Big O is your 5th best one.
Hamtaro.
Good answer, Vert.
I got one. Hamtaro.
No, sure.
Okay. I will go next.
That's my worst one. Hamtaro.
My top 5 best. I'll say Shin-Chan. Paranoia Agent.
Ooh, that one's
That's
a really
good
good
one.
one. You got it.
Samurai Champloo.
See, now I'm regretting my list.
I needed time to think. 4th and 5th. I would say one of the arcs of Bleach, but the rest of the anime was so bad it literally gets canceled out into complete shit garbage. So
Yeah, it never finishes.
no, I'm just talking. There was a certain arc of Bleach, and even when that arc ended, it was so unsatisfying. I just got turned off of a lot of shit for a while for that. I watched like
Must have been it must have been the Espada arc, even though everyone liked that
I
arc.
think it was the one I don't remember. It was really dumb. It's like 100 episodes, and I was like, I felt like garbage after watching. I was like, I can't believe I've spent so much time watching this bullshit.
Eisen arc.
Shit, I'll just go for the safe answers now, since I got my best ones out. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Nice.
And
You like the Persona animes?
they were okay, but I wouldn't put them in the best. Oh, crap, what was it? Okay, help me out. It was a very bloody anime, like super, super violent. What the fuck was it?
Elfen Lied.
Oh, Berserk is.
Berserk. Ooh.
Ooh, that's a go.
They never finished that.
No, not Berserk. I prefer the manga on that one.
Trinity Blood.
No, that one. Ugh.
Blood Plus.
No, that one's even worse.
I like that one.
That's the one with the stupid cello guy, right? Oh, I hate that
Yes.
one. That was awful. Oh, fuck it. Helsing.
That's
a pretty good one. Now let's go into the ones we don't like. Bert, would you like to start?
Man,
I've said my piece.
You haven't?
I said I've said my piece. I'm good.
All right. You hate Spice and Wolf, but you love some Vigo.
Totally what I said.
I will say I will nominate worst anime. I will say Eureka 7.
I can see it.
I can't stand that anime. I can't take it.
I kind of hated it because the kid always got punched in the face. I mean, he kind of deserved it, but at the same time, it kind of got old.
I've told the story a million times on the podcast and out of podcast, so I'm not going to talk about why I hate that anime, but I don't like it very much.
Yeah, I don't like that one as much too.
What about you, Scoots? What's an anime you don't care for?
Actually, I like that more than the sequel. The sequel was like, it was weird. The AO one. Ugh. I'm trying to think of ones I don't like.
High School of the Dead.
Yeah, that's a pretty good safe one. That's just because there was so much fan service.
Yeah. You know, I'll say there was a really passable anime that went on far too long, and I'd say that's Inuyasha.
But that's actually all right.
That's what I said. It's passable, but it went on for far too long. Boy, did that show get monotonous.
Actually, you know what?
Inuyasha, you're a bad dog. Sit.
I need to
I'm
replace
going
one
back
of
to the
my
real
top
world
five.
to have some bullshit with the real world.
I need to replace one of my choices. You know what? As much as I like Fist of the North Star,
Which is good.
which is good, I like Rurouni Kenshin or Samurai X.
Yeah, that's a pretty good one, too. That's pretty decent.
You like the guy with the giant sword.
I like a lot of things in that one. Pretty strong picks all around, I'd say, except for Bert's. His list kind of sucked. I don't know what I expected, Bert. I expected better.
What?
I expected a better list on your part. You didn't say any popular animes like us. Should have said Naruto,
Sword Art
Bleach,
Online?
One Piece,
sorry.
Dragon Ball Z, and
So show and anime.
yeah, and of course Death Note. Actually, I should have said the first half of Death Note from one of mine. No, I'll switch out Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood for the first half of Death Note.
And then for the worst, we'll say second.
Yeah,
half?
yeah. What a fucking drop! Oh my god, I can't remember ever being that into an anime and just being that disappointed.
But it had that awesome meme. All according to plan.
Wasn't that the first half though? Like all the good shit's in the first
I
half.
don't know. What would you classify the first half? You mean like all like
up to the point.
the
up to the
major event that leads to the second act, the second half of the.
You mean the second part where that one guy gets a replacement?
Yes.
Okay.
2 replacements to be exact.
So yes.
That was
yes.
awful. I was like, this is the best anime ever. This is not.
It took 2 people to be one guy.
Oh boy, what a drop. But yeah,
And they didn't work together until like the very end.
it was real dumb. Well, hopefully that answers your question, Mr. Brian Price. Thank you for the question. Anyway, our next question comes from Jin the Wolf, 28 in a row. I had to check the number. And he said, those over-the-top answers, though, they were pretty good. Question, a freak accident happens and, well, you're not quite yourself anymore. You're now in someone else's body. Between the 3 of you, who would you like to switch places with for a week and why? That's a really good question, Jin. I like that one.
Go ahead, you 2.
Between us 3, I had to switch between one of you 2. I need stall for time. I need to think.
I will say this.
I
I have a lot of cats.
He does.
That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm weighing the pros and cons.
Stop them. You need to stop them on your damn doorstep. You need to stop it, Bert.
I'm weighing the.
When you hear that, you need to stop it. That's when divine intervention needs to come into play. You need to go out there and you need to be shoo. Go away.
Out your cats.
One of them had their babies in a tractor.
A tractor?
And like I don't know what the hell they're called. Things that scoop up gravel and stuff. Like the ones in the they had it in the scoop, and then the people went to go use it.
I was gonna say, what did they activate the shit and like?
They didn't. Like the cats are fine, but they went to go use it, and they're in there like, oh.
You think my tractor's sexy?
What the like? I'm weighing the pros and cons of Vert and Scoots. It's a pretty bad situation on both hands if I think about it. Because Scoots gets the business constantly at his work. And Vert's just a weirdo, so I don't know.
But I have more collectible stuff.
It's true.
You have a lot of time, but you have to deal with
that's
cats.
the thing. And I hate cats. But all that time, though.
You also wouldn't have a car to go anywhere.
Yes, it's like a huge trade-off.
car.
I need to be able to move around freely, but at the same time, I like to have free time. At the same time, Scoots does have a sick-ass collectible. He does have a cool dog. And presumably lots of money to spend, so I'm gonna say Bert, how healthy are you again?
I don't know.
Like, can you run up and down the stairs without like dying?
Are we switching bodies or just switching
It's
places?
switching bodies. It says you're now in someone else's body. I gotta know how fit your body is, Bert. Do you have a pudge or something? What am I dealing with? Beer gut?
I am not.
You're not fit. Are you gaining weight?
He's an albino.
Well,
I'm not. I don't have weight. I just not fit.
all right.
I can actually run up and down stairs.
I know you're fit.
I could run up the stairs, but not back down.
Scoots has got that Reed Richards look going on with his hair. Bert's got a ponytail.
I sure do.
This is hard. This is really hard. I don't know if I can answer this. Shit.
You know what? I can answer it. I'd rather be Bert. I don't have to do shit.
There you go.
He can deal with cats, though. That Scoots can deal with cats.
I can deal with cats.
I can't.
I can deal with cats. Then I could be that guy that goes out there and be like, look at all the cats that are just, multiplying at your doorstep, and then be like, go away!
Your
Shoot!
body switch back. I'm gonna have no cats left.
Yeah. It's fine. They'll make more. Millions, even.
Send it to Jesus' house. It'll be fine.
He wanted to give me more.
Of course he does. He encourages that behavior.
He might have left some of them. Maybe. That's why I have so many.
What about you, Bert?
Probably choose you, Justin.
Why?
Because it's not in our city.
It's true.
It'd be something
I was
different.
gonna say, like, what would you destroy in my life, though? Because, I mean, I know you do damage to me somehow.
I know what I would do. All those pop figures.
Oh, you motherfucker!
I wouldn't throw them away. I would just open
Are
them.
you serious?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm glad no one wants to be me.
That Morgana plush, I would send it to this place.
Then I'll look at it and be like, oh,
Bert,
it must have been
you
Bert.
know the best way to destroy everything about me, right? You know, no, you know what it is. Say it. What would you do to destroy my existence?
I don't know. I figured just opening all the boxes.
No,
would do it.
that's like the second best way to kill me, but the first best way, you already know it.
Destroy all your Sega equipment.
No, that's like the third best way. It's so simple. We talked about this before.
I must have
May-
forgot.
Replace all condiments with mayo.
That's another. You're thinking
And
too
rich.
elaborate. Think simple. What do I always have open?
Oh,
If you just close my tabs and then restart the computer so I lose them, that's it. I'll just end my life.
Bert, you must take his power cord
Yeah, I can do that.
and his power supply.
All right, I can now answer the question. Knowing what Bert would do, I want to switch into his body. I'm
No.
gonna
You can't have his body. It's my body.
I'm gonna enroll him into classes. I'm gonna get him a job. I'm gonna ruin everything about this man.
He'll be fit
Exactly.
for once.
I'll come back better. You'll come back
Yeah,
worse.
but still, you'll still have a job to go to and shit. I'll have you socially like going out every day, so people will be calling you and shit and coming to your house.
He will be known as the answer from Guilty Gear.
I will literally have the opposite of what you're doing right now. I'll have like you so socially active that you can't avoid people.
He will have a cell
then I
phone
break
in
your
his
other
hand
window.
24/7.
Damn it, Scott.
It wasn't even me that did it. It was
care. You're guilty by
Guilty
association.
by association of being there.
Jesus takes my damn freaking wallet and it throws it at your damn window, and then he throws a Mountain Dew, an empty Mountain Dew can at your window, and I just look at him like, why? Where'd you get that?
Oh, that's the best story ever. Bert, okay, you did fix that window though, right?
No,
It's still broken?
It's busted. It's the screen that they broke.
he'll be fine.
Oh goodness, that's good. That's some good shit.
Screens can be fixed easily.
That is true.
It's duct taped. That's what it
Why'd
is.
you just replace it?
Because the little thing that keeps it where it is broken.
You broke that
That's
too,
what
or
it is.
was that already broken?
Or
No,
was that
they
was that
broke
broken, or was that broken by age?
I mean, the fucking thing's been broken. It didn't help.
I was gonna say, like, it's probably old shit and it just broke because of just like too much shit hitting it. That's good.
That's funny though. He just picked up a random Mountain Dew can on the ground and just like threw it. Oh, it's still funny. And then after that, I got shot in the ass with a freaking airsoft gun.
Both got shot.
I was like, where the heck did he pull that out of?
That's why I don't cross that.
That's the reason.
He doesn't go out.
Dangerous.
It's dangerous. Yeah, of course. You never know.
I can give you a sword. It's dangerous to go out there alone.
Take this Mountain Dew
here's
can.
a sword. Take this.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude had a battery ram.
No, thinking
Yeah,
about
a
it
lot of
doesn't
cool
surprise me. He's the one that did buy my giant bag of pennies and apparently smelted them into a weapon or whatever.
He did make a freaking awesome copper sword out of that thing.
I'm glad my pennies went somewhere.
Instead of the bank.
Yeah, well. I wonder if he still has the Crown Royal bag that I gave it to him in.
I don't know.
But thanks for the question, Jin. That's our experience. Two out of three of us were switching to Burt bodies. No, yeah, and then one out of three was switching to me.
I'm the luckiest one here. I know one wanted to
I don't
be
want to
me.
experience the bullshit you go through at work. I'm already got my own bullshit going on with my own job.
But people like me at work.
No, I'd probably fucking go off on your boss or something. Or piss him off and get you fired.
Yeah, probably. But don't bother me.
Cool.
At least I sleep pretty good.
Yeah, I would like to have that ability.
Too late now. You wanted to be
Yeah.
Bert. So
But I
did
could do the thing he doesn't want to do, and that's sleep naked.
Yeah, no sleeping naked in my bed.
No, you can't decide that. I get to choose. I'm in your body. I get to do that.
He will put all the butt juices all over your fucking
I'll be extra sure not to wipe when I go to sleep.
At least
Oh,
technically, it's my own.
Oh well,
Well, that's worse.
it's still bad. I still wouldn't want shit on my bed, even if it's my own. You don't wake up. You don't wake up after you piss the bed and be like, well, this is
and
mine.
then you'll return, and then you'll be like, "Why does it smell?" Oh my
God
god,
damn it, Justin.
freaking Justin! Ugh!
I'll spell out my name with it too. Anyway, thanks for the question, Jid.
Justin was here.
And I'll do it like WAZ just to piss him off. I'll spell it bad. Our next question comes from Mysterious Girl 92. What were your expectations for the Sonic Boom TV show? Anybody else want to answer this before I get to it?
I mean, I had
This
no
is all-
expectations.
This is all you.
Yeah, it's
My
all you.
expectations were it was gonna be better than the games.
I echo that
That's what
sentiment.
it happened.
I honestly thought the TV show was just gonna be like a cheap tie-in for the game. Turns out the show is better than the game, and it's a reverse flip situation where the game sucked ass, and the TV show that the game is based off of actually wound up being okay. So I guess my expectations were flipped for the better, because I honestly prefer the show being better than the game. Though the game would have been okay if it had.
That's the spirit.
I would have liked the game to be good, but Big Red Button fucked it up.
Well, a little bit of Sega too, because they rushed them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's responsible for that shit.
You know what? I think this podcast. I think this podcast deserves the bike in face because this is you throughout the whole freaking podcast.
Pretty much. Talk.
Especially when I mentioned this one game called Valkyrie Revolution. You're gonna get it.
Both of you. I'm
It's
gonna switch
okay.
into
You
both
know
your
my trigger
bodies
word.
and then murder you both. You'll both wake
I'm
up
just
dead.
saying, you know my trigger word.
Yeah, well, guess what? Konami.
What? Son of a.
Yeah. I love it.
Freaking
Everybody's got
Konami.
trigger words, even Bert.
Fuck Konami. You know what, Bert?
What's up?
I think I need to deliver some pop figures to your place.
How much they worth?
I have no idea.
Give him
but I
the
just
cheap
need to
cruddy
do it.
ones. Give him some Harry Potter pop figures.
I'm gonna give him hope if that ever existed.
I would buy a Hope and then send it to him and tell him to autograph it for me.
Oh, Jesus. And you know what? If they actually had Legend of Dragoon ones, I'd give him all Lavits and tell him this is the true character.
This thing will never end. This back and forth with this.
Every day you will get a Lavitz figure. It's a constant reminder of what your character did.
You just surpassed them as well.
Guys.
No.
Instead of
I think the podcast has gone on long enough. What do we got planned these next few weeks until the next podcast? What are we playing? What are we watching? What are we doing? What's going on?
Persona 5 would hit the Battle Block Theater again, and maybe Resident Evil 7 VR with Brian.
That's cool.
Oh, and I was supposed to be doing some Sonic stuff with friends. But I don't know if I'm going to record it.
Oh.
We'll see.
All right. What about you, Bert? What you got going on?
I will be creating sprites and animating them.
Oh, well, that's the first time you've ever actually out and said what you're going to do.
Yeah, I figured I'd tell you this time.
Thank you. Me? I'm going to go Persona 5. I'm going to Puyo Tetris. I'm going to Dragon's Trap. And I'm probably going to force myself to see some movie just so I can play them in the theater.
I guess I'll also be playing Dragon Quest Heroes 2.
Oh, that comes out this next week?
That comes
Same
out for
day
the
as
Switch, too.
Oh.
And it comes out for the Switch.
That it does.
You should get that,
Just
Tin Man.
don't play it in handheld mode.
Oh, great.
Why?
It runs real poor.
They did not
It's like the
optimize.
opposite of Zelda?
Yeah. It was a launch title on the Switch in Japan.
Ah. Well then, that's disheartening.
Doesn't quite run well on there.
That's very disheartening.
Huh.
Well, sadly, the podcast next week's, or not next week's podcast. This is a bi-weekly podcast. Will be on May 1st. Sadly, takes place 3 days before Guardians of the Galaxy comes out, so I won't be able to talk about it ad nauseum. So, but I am looking forward to that. That's going to be my May movie to look forward to. But other than that, I think that was a podcast, guys. Any last words you want to say to our listeners before we head off for this Monday?
He'll buy Valkyrie Revolution.
No.
Are we tacking on the spoiler cast?
Oh shit.
Oh, yeah, spoiler
Oh,
cast, yeah.
Fade out quick, fade back in. This is the Nier Automata Spoilercast. Thank you for tuning in. Basically, me and Bert are just going to shoot the shit about Nier Automata now that we have beaten it 100%. Once again, this is the Nier Automata Spoilercast. That we're going to be talking about everything Nier Automata. No holds bars, nothing censored. If you don't want it spoiled, just click off. Thanks for listening to the podcast. Okay, so Bert, now that we've both beaten it and played it to completion, holy fuck. Can we just talk about it for a moment? What did you... Okay.
Yeah, before we begin, first, like your first 2 playthroughs or whatever, what do you think you'd give it?
Okay, the very first one when you're playing as 2B.
Route A and B.
Oh, A and B?
Yeah, just
okay, together as a whole, I'd say I had a lot more fun with the first one just because, yeah.
Oh yeah, going through it again is always going to have a diminishing return.
But strong first impression, I'd say I really did enjoy it. I'd say like an 8 or a high 8 or a low 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Like, I would say like the second time around, I'd say I'd lower it down to like a low 8 because like I did like 9S's gameplay style. Like he's not really melee based, but I would say the hacking thing did kind of wear down after a while.
It definitely did, and that was the fastest way to kill.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, here's this giant ass enemy. Do you want to try to pick away at its fucking foot for 5 minutes while 2B does most of the damage, or do you want to hack it? That's right, you want to hack it. I do wish there were more variants of the hacking mazes, or the hacking, like the basic hacking ones, like when you kill mooks and whatever. Usually always revolve down to just a small room with the circle shooting at you. Or the ones that is like, it's like a bigger room with like 4 main points that the circle's like, the hacky circle has a shield that you have to kill the other 4 with spawning arrow points before you can get to that one. Those are like the...
Yeah, and I also didn't really make much use of the like hack it and then control the enemy.
No, me neither. And that was kind of disappointing because I like the idea of it, but very rarely do you get the opportunity to use it because most enemies are aware of your presence before you even get to chance to use it.
Well, you can still do it. It's just not very useful.
No, because
I took control of one of those like circular things that have the other circles on the outside. It's like 5 guys attached to each other, and you can make your own bullet hell with it. So that was kind of interesting. But yeah.
I think the only time I ever used it was in the Kingdom. Yeah, you know, all the enemies are like, oh, we must fight for our king, yeah. Because there was a lot of, they were all like focused on something else, so it actually gave me the opportunity to use. That's when I learned how to actually use it, was there, when it's like, oh, if you hit them with their back turned or whatever, or before they notice you, you can do this. I was like, oh, that's cool. I just kept doing like over and over from that point, from like each hacked robot, I kept doing it over and over again, and I was like, it's kind of cumbersome. I actually would have preferred just to hack and make one explode and make them all explode,
Or I'd just rather slice them up.
Yeah, it's like I appreciate what they went for, but they definitely need to have at the very least, more variety in like the hacking stuff. Because I noticed the bosses had like more intricate ones.
Yeah, that kind of needed.
Yeah, of course, but yeah, 9S was fine. I liked the more expanded story. I guess really what I was expecting more from the second playthrough was more along the lines of the first Nier. Now we do get that with the more expanded like lore on the bosses and stuff like that. But I meant like I don't. What's the best way to put it? Like,
I mean, it was at least more varied in this.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I like how it initially starts off with like you controlling the little robot, and I was like, what are they getting at with this? I was like, this is what are they? And then it just zooms out, and it's like 9S's watch. I was like, okay, that's nice. A little mean spirited, but sure. Like I guarantee everybody did the same thing and tripped over the fucking pipe with the
fucking pipe. They had to go back and do it again.
Are you serious? I was like, I didn't know they. I was like, oh, that's dumb. And the first time I think the first time I jumped and fucked it up. I was like, I'll just hurry and jump, and I was like, oh, gotta do that again. Trip. Ah, shit. Fuck it. Yeah, there's some really interesting things in there. However, with at least the first two playthroughs, I will say, I still think there were some questions unanswered with like the main points. Like particularly one that bothers me is the religious cult one.
Oh, why is that bothering?
I mean, it's not the cult that bothered me. It's the what killed the main priest guy. Did it ever state what killed him?
Oh, I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
that's the
one that's just sitting.
Yeah,
in
and
the
he
chair.
just like his head just fucking pops off and he's dead.
You might be able to assume it was.
I that's what I was thinking too. I was like, either A2 killed him or he just fucking just died. But I mean, it's minor, but that because it led to such a huge like thing with that fucking area. Like the catalyst of it was like this was him dying. So it's like I thought they would maybe explain more, at least with the 9. 9S doesn't really even get there. Because that part, he's hacking in,
He hacks his way in to save.
I do like the different perspective, though. I'm always a fan of the different perspective during the same story.
Yeah, that was cool.
But, yeah, what did you think of the first playthrough? Since I already rambled a bit.
Yeah, I agree, basically.
Sweet.
But yeah, for the second part, like you were saying, the different perspectives, like the first beginning where you could see, like 9S is helping you fight while he's flying in the thing or whatever, the first boss, and then he hacks the arm, like you get to do that.
Yeah, you get to basically do all the shit that he was doing, and you realize like, oh, that's how he was doing it.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
It's really cool.
And then whenever he's like laying dead on top of it, he has to hack
and then the enemies are like fucking coming at you, and I was like, that's a really cool, like, of course he, like, nice little touches like that. I really appreciated that.
Just things like that make like the second playthrough better than like the second one in the first Nier.
Yeah, because they really like. I think the second in the first Nier, the second playthrough in the first Nier was really good as far as like story expansion. Like, holy hell, like it's like you said before, it was a hella different experience because you're hearing
if you play that game once, you're not getting it.
Yeah, because you're hearing like all the shit, like you're hearing all the shit that you not really like. You would never know. Like, the bosses are actually fucking talking and shit. And, like, was it Kaine? And that, what was the shade that's possessing her or whatever? You get to hear that conversation. Like, there was a lot more in the second playthrough on the first Nier. I guess that's kind of what I was expecting with Automata, but Automata gave a different perspective, and it was fine for what it was. I liked it.
Yeah, the third playthrough is where that kind of kicked in for Automata.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the third playthrough is so strong. Like, just the opening. We talked about this one before, but, like, how the what was it, the logic virus or whatever? Was that the third one? Third playthrough? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it starts with that. And how
up in the station.
And the shit just goes, like, batshit insane, and shit just gets, like, hits the fan quick. And you're like, okay. There's my thought through the whole first part of that was, yeah, okay, 9S is just gonna come in and save 2B. That's what I thought was gonna happen. No, no, she dies.
Yeah, she has the business.
Yeah, I was like, I was like, I was attached to her mostly for the most part. I was like, no, not 2B. Then it was like, oh, cool, I get to control A2 now. I actually would have liked her better if she kept her long hair, just to separate her from 2B.
Once you beat the game, you can put that
Oh, you
on.
can? Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
You get an item and you can equip it. You also get the suit from the beginning of the third playthrough.
Oh, really?
The spacesuit that you come in down.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You get all that stuff.
Yeah, I really like the third playthrough of that, because it was just such a strong, like, the strong narrative opening. It's like, where do you go from here? And then also A2 was just, she's not crazy different from 2B, but just enough that I was like, oh, okay. She's got some shit going on.
And she has that taunt stuff.
Yeah, the taunt stuff, was it overheat?
Oh, yeah, where you go.
Yeah, you go berserk, but your fucking health just like, you're like, okay, time to heal. Yeah, that she's really fun, but like, the combining narratives, like, man, the stories. Yeah, you're right. The story stuff in the third playthrough is definitely, that's where all the story stuff comes in, because I know you had the same reaction to that one part in the third playthrough when you get to the towers as 9S. Yep. I now know why you were. As soon as that happened, I was like, now I know why you didn't want me to listen to the soundtrack. I got so hyped. I was like, it's happening. That was it was really nice touch to like expand on their story a bit, Popola and Devila.
Yeah, it was
I really I was a super big fan of, like, you know, it really made you feel bad for like those two models in particular, because like, yeah, I understand like shit going really bad with the other two.
Yeah, shit went real bad.
It did, and you really like. I didn't grasp it at the time of how severe things were getting, like how really bad it was. I was like, oh, this is bad. We're killing our friends, but I didn't realize, like, at the time, like, actually you kind of doomed humanity in the process. Like,
yeah.
And then it's like, now that I know, like, how big of a deal that was, and it's like, it's reflecting on that. You know me, I love my callbacks to stuff like that. It was like, yeah, you know, they referenced, like, yeah, the other Popola and Devila models, they fucked up. And all of us got the business because of it. And their whole thing was, like, they have to atone. I love that.
That's why the name of the song is the best.
Oh, what was it called?
It's Atonement.
Oh, that's good. That's strong. That's really strong.
Song of the Ancients.
Yes,
Atonement.
when it kicked in and they're fucking fighting in the background and like defending you as you hack. I was like, I can't believe this. I just
and the camera's zooming out.
Zooming out. You get to see them fighting and shit. I was like, I want to fight with them, but I was like, I have to hack.
Yeah, that was so good. That was like the best moment in the game.
So good. I love that moment. I was like, oh God, I hope they don't die. But I knew what was happening. I knew it was gonna happen, but still, I was like, oh, this is good. That's really good. I think that was probably my favorite part in the third playthrough. I'm gonna be honest.
Yep, best part of the whole game, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I think that's like, what is that? Like the only actual real tie-in to Nier? No. I mean, majorly story-wise.
I mean, Emil's there.
Yeah, okay, but that's a side quest.
And the Kaine stuff is there with the flowers if you do that quest.
See, no, I got the Emil one, I got that one, but, I guess I have to go back and revisit that then. Now, this was me personally, I was theorizing throughout the game that either 2B or I figured A2 was somehow related to Kaine because of the attitude. Same personality-ish. But I don't know.
I don't think so.
Well, because didn't she kind of remind you of Kaine, like her interactions with the pod? Like she seemed very aloofish, like, you know, fuck off sort of thing, like, you know.
I mean, maybe like the same character.
Yeah,
I don't think it was a reference to her.
I thought so. I'm just weird like that. I was like, she kind of like the Kaine of this game, like somehow tied to her somehow. I was waiting for I was waiting for A2 or something like that to pull off their blindfold, and it's like, oh, guess what? No, I remember now. I thought 9S. I thought he was based off Emil.
I mean, Emil's based off Emil.
But no, before he becomes the skeleton boy. Like, doesn't 9S's design when Emil was wearing the blindfolds? Because I thought, I was like, is he based on Emil?
I mean, they all had blindfolds.
Yeah, but he looked.
That's just how they see.
Yeah, I know, but like to me, it was like that one was like, is he related to Emil somehow? And remember, this is me just drawing at straws because I liked my tie-in stuff, so I was preemptively predicting what was wrong on many fronts.
Then when you go into the tower and you go to the library from the first game.
Yes. I forgot about that. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, that's another.
I love that. That part was like, I was like, is this? I was like, and you get to like read the stuff in there. Oh, I was freaking out so hard.
You can go into that side room where all the bosses from the first game were. Like they put up the trophies, what trophies you're in.
Is that what that was? Because I thought that was where Popola was, or Popola, one of the twins was.
Well, she's in the right side.
Was she? I thought she was on the left side.
No, the left side was where all your trophies were.
Oh, I never went in the left side then, because I don't remember the trophy room at all.
Yeah, the right side was where Popola was sitting.
Okay, that confused me, because I was like, what is all these trophies? I was like, is this supposed to be where Popola is? I must have or not memorized the libraries, but I thought I did.
Yeah, she's on the other side.
Well, I also like the no, because you brought up the library. I was trying to remember if there were more references like that, but yeah, the library was a really strong part. I was like, oh.
The desert, obviously, with the kingdom with many rules.
Yes, the kingdom, the little robots wearing the mask and everything of those people. That was a nice little touch. Also, I want to talk about the Emil heads in the desert. That fucking scared me, dude.
Those are
those are scary. Like, I know Emil is like supposed to be freaky looking. It's really accentuated when it's that big.
And like the all dark with the
yes, that's what it was. Because what freaked me out is because I was like, what are these giant? My whole what's over there? And like those giant things, those little giant golf balls in the distance. And I like I start walking close. I'm like, wait, what the fuck are the? And I start picking up like this is a Faye. It's Emil's head, and I was like, there's more. They're huge, and I'm like, I don't want these to get up. I don't want these to move. If they move, I'm gonna really lose my shit. I just started freaking out. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here.
You think he got bored over all those years?
I don't.
Just started making his head.
I don't know what those things are or what the deal is with those, but I don't ever want to go back. I'm scared of that area of the desert. I don't want to know what those things are or what they do. Like, holy shit. Did you beat the Emil side quest? Okay. Yes. Then you do know, right?
About what?
About why they're there?
Oh, no. I haven't finished like all of it.
You didn't do all the Emil?
Why are they there? I don't think so. I don't know why they were there.
Okay, then maybe you didn't do the full thing. It explains.
Well, what is it?
Do you want me to tell you?
Yes.
It's the if you do the Emil thing with the flowers, remember?
Uh-huh.
And you go to the place with the flowers, and he's like, I remember now.
Go on.
Remember, he tells you about how he fought the aliens and everything. He made millions of clothes of himself.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Really? There was a whole exposition. You should go back and do that part, if you can.
Is that why the aliens weren't there or whatever?
No. I mean, do you really want me to explain, or do you want to do that yourself?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he basically said he made, like, millions of clones of himself. And that Emil that we're talking to isn't even the original. That's a clone.
Oh, is that why you had, like, a million masks
yeah.
on there?
Like, those, like, there's, apparently, it shows in a flashback, like kind of like the storybook design thing. But it shows, like, many designs of Emil versing, like, all these aliens in, like, this, artsy style. Like, he's like, I basically, the aliens came to Earth. Emil tried to fight to protect the planet that, he and, that he had been with was it Kane with? That you'd been with Kane with? Yeah, and he started, things went really bad, so he started making millions of clones of himself to fight back against the aliens, but as he did that, he started losing his memory because he started, like, breaking himself up too much. And so each clone, like, it gets weird, but it's like each clone, like, took on, like, its own deal. But they all have kind of memories of the original meal, and they don't know where the original is anymore. It was a really cool thing. Yeah, but apparently those desert heads are some of the clones. I don't know if they're alive or dead. I don't want to find out.
Nice.
But yeah, it was a really cool story. I was like, oh, that's cool. Trying to think, is there anything? There's a lot in this game. Like,
Yeah.
okay, another thing that bothered me that wasn't explained. Maybe you figured it out. It's minor, but what was the deal with the Disneyland light? That mission where you go underground?
The game creator?
Before that, when you get down there the first time. And all the robots start coming up. And they're like, play with me, and they're all vomiting.
Well, that's probably just part of the infection or whatever. Remember when they all destroyed Pascal's village?
No, that was beforehand.
I know, that's probably like the beginning.
Oh, you think that was the virus taking... really? That early? In the game? Down there?
I had to
Maybe.
so. They were talking about robots eating each other like a long time ago.
Yeah. Even, what's her face? Simone mentioned it. That she was eating androids, not robots, but still. Yeah, that was, I don't know, that freaked me out. I was like, what the hell? Why are they vomiting? I'm like, why are they all fucked up? I was like, and then I got to the end, I was like, okay, whatever is down here really fucked these guys up. And I was like, it's just a bunch of stacked TVs like Persona 4. The hell? I was like, did they watch TV until they got sick or what? I never beat the game creator guys thing, actually, now I think about it. I left them down there.
It's nothing special. It's really weird meta commentary on game creation.
I just kind of wanted to go back and do like all the subquests. Like the subquests aren't bad, actually.
There's some good ones. Just some of them are tedious.
Yeah, some are very tedious, but some are just like while you're on the way, you're just like, oh, here's one. I'm in the area of another one, so I'll just do this. Okay, I know that the soundtrack is something that's good that we can both agree on. What's your favorite like soundtrack area? I know what mine is.
I do like the underground of the factory.
What was that one again? I need to look that one up.
It's like not really a remix, but of the Wretched Automatons from the first game.
Oh, I think I know what it is that you're talking about, actually.
It has that same like mechanical sound to it.
Yeah, okay, I think I know what you're talking about then.
I also like the Shade version of the city.
Uh-huh.
Not the original, it's like second or third playthrough you.
I'll have to look that one up.
It's called like City Ruins - Shade.
Okay.
Because the first one's with the other singer, the second one's with the one.
Oh.
I mean, all the music's good.
No, all of it's good. It's like we're picking our faves.
Obviously, the Song of the Ancients is
great.
That's
that one. That one's really good. It was that moment. The music kicks in, and it's just like I can't believe this is happening. my dick is so hard. I can't stand it. It's
like I was gonna ask you, having never played the first Nier, what would you rate it? And then if you played the first game, what would you rate it?
If I had not played the first Nier?
Yeah, if someone hadn't played the first Nier, what would you rate Automata?
It's a good character action game by itself, even without all the Nier lore and stuff in there. So even if you're not really into Nier, if you're into character action rather, Devil May Cry, God of War, that sort of deal, this is definitely worth like a playthrough. And the story is just a bonus on top of that if you're into the story, which, well, I don't see why not. It's an very interesting story, even without the Nier tie-in. So I'd say this is probably like I don't like to do numbers anymore either because now
I know.
two.
I just have a point. To make.
Okay, I'd say it's strong. I 8.9 out of 10. It's a damn good character action.
I would say, yeah, for that I would say it's like a 9 or a 10. And then at that moment I was like, this game's an 11. Just that moment.
just for the Popola and
like,
Devila coming in and
yeah, if you played the first game, then that moment makes the game.
That moment just like escalated the thing, and I was like, I remember like that moment is so magical. I wish I could actually play it again fresh just to have it again. It's so really good. Just like I can't believe like the kick, like it's such a good moment, especially because when you first see them, like, that's weird. Okay, you two are here. I guess you guys are a thing. I guess you're just Easter eggs. But no, they actually fucking play a part, and a damn good one too. They God, and then you get their backstory too, just to add to it.
Yeah.
Man.
That was like that tying it into the other game was
they were just like, man, we gotta redeem them a little bit. That is bullshit though. I think that was really fucked up.
Yeah.
I guess that's just fucking Drakengard Nier world for you. Nothing's ever a fucking happy ending. Oh yes. Speaking of endings, I was gonna say you. Oh wait, I didn't get to talk about my favorite music. There's a lot to talk about this game. Bert, you're gonna say I'm weird, but I love the desert theme.
That was probably one of my least.
Really, it's so calm. I really love it. With the chanting lady.
Yeah, I mean, it's good, obviously. Yeah. But out of the whole soundtrack, that might be one of my.
I love that one so much. It's so like. I literally, when I heard it, it's immersed me so much. I felt like I was actually running through a fucking desert. Like, I was in the game for that moment because the music was that good for that. I was like, I don't know. There's just something about a nice, calming, like, chimes with, like, that kind of, I don't know if it's Middle Eastern, but, like, it's got that nice, soothing vibe to it, and you got the ladies just chant.
It's like desert.
Yeah, it was so beautiful. I love it. I'd spend time in the desert, just like I get lost in the desert. I wouldn't even care because the music's so calming. Only when she's singing though.
Well, yeah, that's
the voice really helps because I love it. I still listen to it, just like I love that. Oh, and Disneyland Light. When the singing kicks in and when he gets to like the stairs, it gets dynamic, like, because it really adds with the visuals of the robots just like throwing confetti and shit all in sync, walking up. Like the music, like it's so synced up well with like what's happening in the game. Because when you get to Disneyland Light, you get like the little like the like the little, but it's like not really. It's kind of downplayed. But as you kind of get in there, the music starts to kind of pick up, but you don't really get like everything till you hit the middle of it where you finally see, oh yeah, these are robots fucking throwing a goddamn celebration. And it's like it's the music is themed so well. I can't state this enough.
And I don't know if you noticed this, but the boss fights are timed to music, not their health bars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you ever noticed that. But like, you know, the robot that sings or whatever, the beautiful robot,
Simone.
Like, even if you don't do any damage to it, it'll transition at the right time for the songs.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and if you're doing a second playthrough, you'll, like, they obviously don't want you doing that, so their health bars will stop going down.
Oh.
Like, so you can't kill them.
I think that happened once or twice, actually.
The very last boss fight, that probably happened to you.
Yeah.
Because, like, their transition, like, I guess we should talk about that real quick. Like, how they transition between characters as you're going up the tower.
Yeah, that was cool, too.
Like, during that, it was so good, and they're doing it to the music.
I remember that. Yeah, because it was those two fucking robots. I hate those things though. Those fucking things, like they wouldn't die. But I was like, because I do, yeah. Because I was like,
because it's waiting for the music.
That's what it was. Because I was like, why aren't they dying? I'm like, I'm doing so much damage, they aren't dying. But they had.
It's a bit of a cheap trick, but
it works, especially when it's like when it starts quick switching.
Yeah, like the very last fight, whenever you're both on.
Yeah. Oh, that is.
And it just switches back and forth.
It's so good. It's like escalating, and you see like how the scene it transitions so well as the fight's going on. That's one of Platinum's like strongest like
Like you're fighting with A2 on the platform, and then the ship flies
Yeah,
up
and then you
switch
see
to
like
him.
the 9. Oh, that was. Oh man, I get goosebumps dude.
It's so good.
That part is really good. That's like the tower. The whole tower build up to the tower was kind of slow. Like what? Why am I doing these with the tower?
Like collecting all the
Yeah,
keys
with
or
the
whatever.
towers was a little slow, but when you get to that fucking tower, like it pays off. Like it goes, and it's like hold my hand. You're gonna want to hold on for this. We got plans for you. Oh, I really like now that I'm talking about it with you. I'm kind of memorizing all the stuff I really enjoyed, and I actually kind of want to mark it higher.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
like Platinum was it was a really good choice for Nier, especially that they had the budget, they had Yoko Taro ready to do a story, they had the girl ready to sing her music. It was like it's the perfect storm of like this needed to happen, and I'm glad it did.
yeah.
Well, we haven't even talked about the real thing here, Bert. The
What's that?
ending.
Wow, which one?
Is it Bert? Is it futile? Will you give up? Do you want that ending?
You want to talk? Well, let's talk about the part where you have to use A2 or 9S.
Oh yeah.
Like that was a pretty good build up where they're standing next to each
Yeah,
other.
how they like
it's like a 2D
that's
thing.
dude, and it's immediately after you destroy the robots, and then they just turn and face each other, and it's like, oh, here we go. Like like after that explosive build up, it's just like, nah, it's not over yet. We still got one last thing to tend to. I was like, that was really cool. They did that. They kind of did that same thing with Adam and Eve the first time you encounter them, or the second time rather, in the alien ship. How it goes all Street Fighter Tekken-y.
Oh, where you're each fighting
Yeah,
one person
I
on a
love
different
that
plane.
part, and the music's really good
Yeah,
too.
it's really good.
The only thing I didn't like about
I mean,
that,
you could say that about
yeah,
everything.
I know,
though.
but the only thing I didn't like about that was because I was trying to read what they were saying because I hear what they're saying, but I really only kind of grasp what people are saying if I read the subtitles. But I was trying to fight at the same time, so I was trying to like mash as I'm reading the subtitles. But
yeah,
like, oh, Adam and Eve, I'm disappointed that I didn't get more from them. But I mean, what else could they have done with those two? But I like those two a
Yeah.
lot.
yeah, it was kind of sad when you had to kill one, and the other one was all
Yeah,
sad.
because it's like, yeah, because the other one really like, he really was harmless.
Like they weren't bad
No.
people.
Well, one could say
they
Adam
were,
was gonna
but-
eventually get there. Like he clearly was set on the wrong path. He was like
I mean, yes, there was some
hate.
Like,
like humans loved hate. It's like, yeah, that was one aspect of humanity. And it's like, yeah, I think Adam was on a self-destructive path either way, but like Eve, I think was less. He just wanted to hang out with his bro. I thought, yeah. My sister walked in during that part when you're fighting Eve, and she was like, "Why is he so mad?" I was like, "We kind of killed his brother." She's like, "Oh." And then afterwards, where he's kind of just on his knees and he's just like, he's like, "Brother." She's like, "Oh, don't kill him." I was like, "You have never played a Nier game before." I was like, "No, there's no happy endings here. Fucking killed his ass."
I guess one more moment I want to talk about is when you're controlling Pascal.
Oh yeah, dude! How do you remember all these? Like, I forgot half of these. Yeah, like that was such an emotional moment because you're like, no, you won't get to the children.
And you're fucking playing as the big
Yeah,
ass
and
robot.
you get to play as what are those things called again? Like gigatons or something like that. Whatever they're called.
Oh, I forget. They're just the big ass. The first boss.
Yeah,
you
the
fight.
first thing. And you get to like fucking just wreck everything shit with like.
Yeah,
you're
you
just
do.
like, now I understand how these things are fucking powerful. It's really cool. And you get to shoot like millions of shots. I love that part.
And it also feels slow, like when the boss fight was actually fighting
Yeah, when you had
So
to fight them
know what
both.
he was going through.
yeah, there's like Rock'em Sock'em robots with like more.
That's so
Oh
good.
man, and like, why even stop there, dude? What about the fucking? We talked about it before, but the fucking big ass EMP shooting thing.
The
The kaiju. I love that one. That's one of my favorites. That was
Like
really
the bullet hell switching back and forth.
Yes.
Stuff was a lot of fun.
yes. Oh man. Oh, what a fucking game.
And then like even just the like when you're firing the laser.
Yeah.
Like playing it from two different perspectives.
Yes. Because you gotta hack it and everything. Because he said he was gonna. Oh yeah.
Like you don't even think about it the first playthrough. Like, hey, I'm gonna help. Amy.
Because you're just like, okay, you do, because up until that point he's been supporting you. You don't know how he's been doing it, but he's been doing it. And dude, we haven't even gotten into the fucking fucked up relationship that 2B and 9S even have. We completely grazed over that.
Yeah, where she's really like.
Yeah, she's a fucking like she's supposed to kill his ass.
Mm-hmm. Every time he learns, she kills him.
It's so fucked up. It's so fucked up. I love it.
So yeah,
like, because I was trying to wrap my head around. I was like, why is 2E why is her 2B being 2E such a big deal? And I was like, oh, now I see. I understand.
Yeah, she's only there to kill him.
It's such a dark way of looking at, and it makes you wonder how did he actually know? Because I think it's. I think it's implied he knew at a point.
I mean, he definitely learns a bunch at the end of the first playthrough. Because he hacks into the server and learns like that humans don't exist.
Yeah, but I mean, because I don't know, because when he's under the influence of the logic virus, a lot of the shit he says is like, I don't know if it's because he's under the influence of the virus or if it's because that's actually how he felt. Maybe it could have been a bit of both. But remember how excited he gets when 2B shows up? He's like, finally, I get to kill you. That line kind of stuck with me. I was like,
I mean, at that point he had his arm in him, right?
Yeah, she had her arm. He had her arm in his. Yeah.
So he probably got something from her that he knew stuff.
I don't know. I'm thinking maybe he knew. I don't know how soon he knew, but I think at a point he knew. And it's even darker because during the second playthrough of 9S, you remember how this might be me reading it too hard into it. Remember how the operator kind of talks to him weird? Like she talks to him like he's a child. I think that was supposed to be after he gets a reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought about that. I was like, that's super dark. And he's like, why are you talking to me like that? It was like, I thought about that. I was like, oh.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to.
He wasn't supposed to be. Yeah, he was supposed to be fresh at that. There's a lot of good stuff in this. Like I didn't catch, but I started thinking about a lot of things. I was like, that's why I started thinking maybe he knew.
I can't remember. Yeah, I can't remember when it happened, but you learned that 2-0 or whatever her name was, like she liked him or whatever. I can't remember where that came up.
What do you mean? One of the rogue ones?
No, it was after they already had the virus and she was in, like she got made into a combat model instead of the operator.
Oh, yeah.
In one of those tower key places.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah. I just got...
Like all she wanted was attention.
Yeah. Yeah. 9S and everyone related to him is just fucked up. Gets fucked up.
I mean, they were all there to make sure he was fucked up.
It's like... that just tells you how, I guess that means like how good of a character he is. Like he's too good for his own good, basically.
Yeah, I mean that's the issue. They learn they're built to learn so much, so they have to be reset so often.
That's super fucked up, and it's all for a thing that doesn't even exist.
Yep.
That's
where things get a little hazy because like Devil and Popola put humans' data onto.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, there was human data on the moon that the canon was supposed to.
Yeah, they sent it up there, or whatever.
I
think it's hazy at that point for me.
Yeah, there are some weird moments where it's like, well, then how come this? Like, I guess the data is just there, Bert.
Or maybe the data is up there and they thought humans existed.
Maybe like,
but the main commander knew.
Yeah, but like the human data, was it for the Gestalt project?
Yeah, it was all based on that. Like, everyone's replicants' data, like their knowledge, those were all put onto the server.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe that is a little hazy. I was gonna say maybe they could replicate, but the humans are gone.
I mean, well, yeah, but that's probably like I mean, they were built to make humanity last, so they.
I guess that's literally all they could do, and then try to fucking repent. I think Popola and Devil should have had a lot more play in the story, but I guess they were downplayed just to make that moment even better.
Yeah, like it worked, but also like a sequel.
Yeah,
thing.
true.
Like that's a huge thing for people who played the first, but it's okay if you didn't. I guess.
Yeah, I guess maybe if you are playing Nier for the first time and it's like
that moment probably had no impact.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, cool, those two girls from the camp.
And that's probably why I asked you if you want to read the backstory or not. Like you have the option.
Oh,
to.
for what, the first Nier?
Like when you first go on, no, I'm talking about in the second game when you first enter the tower. It says they downloaded Devil and Popola's data. You can read it now or later.
Oh yeah. I fucking.
They probably put that up there just because they knew people wouldn't care if they never. Played
that's true. Yeah, because I mean that's the only way you know.
Yeah, and anything you'd get out of that is because you played the first game.
See that?
Like, people wouldn't understand anything that was in that like text sequence.
It really sucks too because like even the music, because the music is such a major part of that too, and you really don't get that unless you play the first one.
Yeah, it's really good for anyone who's.
Yeah, I'd say that was definitely like oh shit moment for people who played Nier, but probably just like oh that's cool moment for like people who didn't. But yeah, that's I'd say maybe that reason alone is the reason I tell people to go play Nier first. Because that moment is so strong. And
but it's just so hard to get people to play that.
Yeah. Fishing.
I barely got you to play it.
Fishing and all. Yeah, it's true. I'm glad you got me to play it now.
Finally paid off.
It's sure. No, well, the game... Okay, Nier was fun in itself, too. In its own way. I mean, I did enjoy it.
For sure.
Because it was so different from what I normally played. As far as like storytelling methods and everything, it kept my interest. So trust me, Brett, if I was bored, I wouldn't have fucking stuck around with that game as long as I did. Fuck, we went off tangent again, but we had to talk about the ending.
Well, who did you choose first? 9S or 2A?
I picked 2A. Oh no, wait, yeah, 2A.
A2 rather. Yeah, I figured the other guy was.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be the bad ending. I was like, okay, I'll do the good ending first, then I'll see what happens when fucked up guy gets his way.
Like, what do you think happened at the end of A2? Like, she did something, destroys the tower,
and then...
Like, was she uploading the data? Or
I think she was destroying
the
the tower, honestly. I think she was just like, fuck this. Like, literally, like, this is all dumb. Like, it...
But then she says she's coming home or whatever. Like, wouldn't that mean like she's uploading the consciousness all the way to the moon or something?
I'm gonna be honest. Yeah.
It's for someone else to dig into.
Yeah, that's a game theory video right there. 9S is stuck with me more because I was like, oh, like
his was nice. It followed the Devil and Puyo thing where you don't want to die alone.
Is that what you got out of that?
Well, that's what was it. Remember whenever like the robot was asking why, like remember she was saying like one of those androids could have survived, and then he was asking 9S why didn't one of them leave?
No. I was talking about 9S's. Like if you pick 9S.
Well, I mean they both die together at least, so there's that.
I don't think he wanted to die, Bird.
Well, I know, but
like. I don't think he meant for that to happen.
Of course not. But I think he wanted to die with 2B anyway. After.
Yeah. That's I thought you meant like he wanted to die with 8. I was like the way he was kind of struggling when he got stabbed through the fucking gut. I was like, it didn't seem like that was the plan.
I mean, it probably hurt.
No. Yeah, but I mean, like, if that was the case, you'd been like, finally, sweet death, you know, like, this is what I wanted. He was kind of like, fuck.
Well, he was also infected.
Yeah, true.
Who knows what the fuck was happening with him?
He was really fucked up. That's the reason I went with A2. I was like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, once his eyes go red.
Yeah, you're like, well, there's that. I felt sorry for him. The thing, Now, here's another thing I wanted to ask you. What was your interpretation of that scene where he was stabbing 2B in the one tower? What did you get from that?
It's probably just crazy.
I honestly thought that was him stabbing her memories or her data, like her being.
Well, maybe.
That's what I took out of that, was him killing, like.
I mean, her memories were in her sword that he gave to
A2. So maybe not her memories, but I don't know.
I guess he wasn't infected then. He only got infected when he put her arm on.
Was that before or after the stab? I think no, that might have been after.
I don't recall. He chopped it off of her body.
I think didn't he rip it off of her? Like,
yeah.
What? He just shoves it on his arms. Like, yeah, that's better. That was a strange series there, but I don't know. That whole thing had me questioning, just like, how much of this is actually his thoughts and how much of this is the virus talking? Because 2B was more or less, she was infected too, but she didn't go batshit.
Well, she wasn't infected for that long though. She just walked to that place to kill herself.
I guess, yeah, that's true.
She was going to self-destruct or whatever, and for the virus not to spread.
But then A2 found her.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the passing of the baton moment. Literally, yeah, it's like, over. Yeah, take my sword and then kill me, and then Nidus is like, ah!
And
then he falls off. He falls off like 3 times during that story bit. Like every time something falls, he falls with it. But yeah,
I don't know if you.
No, I was gonna say, go ahead.
I don't know if you noticed it, but during the second playthrough, you know those 2 little girls.
Oh, the ones in the machine.
Yeah, did you ever notice, like, when you're playing the second character, you see those 2 appear?
What?
Like in random parts of cutscenes, you'll see them appear. Like when you're first coming down from the space station, you're like grabbing the ship or whatever to go down. One of the girls will be standing there as the cutscene leaves. And
are you serious?
Out. Yeah, there's multiple points where you see them standing.
What the fuck?
It's really crazy.
I only noticed. The only time I ever noticed it was when it was obvious during the second ending, when they're both standing there when 2B strangling him. Oh, that's the only time I ever noticed those 2.
Yeah, they're all over the.
That's crazy. Are they subtle?
Yeah, they're like there for like a second or 2.
That's crazy. I didn't even know. Huh.
It was real weird the first time I was playing. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
What the fuck?
Like, because you don't know anything.
No,
about
you don't until
later.
Like the end of the 3rd playthrough.
That was kind of weird.
The part where it's like you have to use logic to beat them. That was a weird part.
That whole thing was weird.
I was like, I got where they were going for once they started fighting each other, but I was like, this is a lot to take in. Well,
now you can talk about.
Okay, now we get to Jesus. Now we can talk about the ending. So, Vert, what did you feel?
What part?
The part where you have to fight for your ending.
The fucking bullet thing where you're fighting the developers. Yep. I hit no on the request so many times, just thinking you could do it yourself.
Me too.
I spent way too long.
I got pissed off. I was like,
I eventually did it. Just way easier.
Like, fuck you, Square-enix. You're the worst. That
quite literally,
because I think it only got like shit fucking hard when Square-enix showed up. I was doing relatively well until they showed up, and then I started getting my shit pushed in real bad. I was like, oh fuck. And then the music starts picking up. I was like, oh. And every time you die, I was like, do you truly believe this is all futile? I was like, what are they getting at here? It's like, I'll keep playing.
It's this random person.
Yeah, random person's name. We believe in you. You can do it. I was much like you at a point. It's like that. So I was like, oh, okay. Are they cheering me on? Is this part of the game, or is this like? I was like, okay. And then eventually you get like god tier powers from the people. I was like, I see where they're going with this.
It's really good too, because obviously we'll talk about it, but there's the data deletion thing.
Yep.
And every person that you have like a million ships surrounding you when you're doing that. And each time one of them dies, it'll say that person's username and their data being deleted. That's real fucked up.
It's real fucked up, but it's even more. It's even better when you realize that all those ships are people who actually gave up their save files to do that. That's a really nice effect. Sadly, I did not join those people after I got my ending. I wanted to try to go back for trophies.
Yeah, same thing.
But when I do eventually quit, I will do that too. I mean, there's already probably enough people out there, but I figure in case one day in the future, a year from now, somebody's playing through, they might need help from Werewolf to beat that damn Square-enix.
I like how I let you put in your message before you accept
I
it.
love that. The custom messages are fun. I can't remember what I put in though.
I can't remember either, but then I was like, oh, you have to leave your safe.
Yeah, I was like, I can't let it go right now.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm sorry, people, future people. These brave souls sacrificed their save so I could beat it, but I won't return the favor. Not yet, anyway. That Nier Automata was such a it's another great, amazing game in this growing pile of amazing games for 2017.
Yep.
Like, this has been a great year. Oh boy.
I'm surprised for favorite song you didn't say the remix for Grandma.
I forgot that was in there. Yes, that one. That one. As far as areas go, it's the desert theme, but as far as like besides obviously the Popola Devila theme, the Grandma one. That that's my favorite Nier one song, so I love. Oh my god, I love. Normally I hate, but today I love when we talk about Nier.
Anything else you can think of?
We covered a lot in this spoiler cast.
There's one thing that's the game sold. I think they passed 1 million sales, so they're doing a live stream on the 18th. And their little teaser image was all those locked doors with the robots begging in front of them.
Yeah, the apologetic robots that are like, "I'm sorry, you can't go in here yet. Please take this. I'll kill myself." Oh, I guess we could talk about one last thing, which is the overarching theme of just like kill yourself.
Well, there's a lot of robots.
There are I think 75% of the robots side quests you beat always end in them killing themselves.
Oh, I gotta ask, what'd you do with Pascal?
Oh, wipe the memories. I couldn't bring myself to kill Pascal. What'd you do?
After all those freaking kids killed themselves.
Yeah,
I wiped her memory.
I was like, I couldn't, like, Pascal was such, like, I think that's like the genuine nicest character in the game. Like, I could not physically bring myself to like lift a finger to even harm anybody in the village. No, I think what got me more than even the children dying was seeing Pascal's village like destroyed. When you go in there to fight the first time, and if you go down to the bottom, you can see like the robots, like the sister and the one with the bow. And they're dead.
Yeah.
I was like, oh. Like those deaths hit me a lot more than the children did. So I was like, they were nice.
Except for having to escort the one.
Yeah, that one.
Asking how babies are born.
Don't forget to tell me about how to make children. I did that one twice. On the second playthrough, I was like, maybe I'll get something this time. The only ones I don't like are the escort missions, really. They're a lot easier when you do the second playthrough, though.
Fucking robot.
Yeah, I did that with 2B, and I could not do it. They'd always get wrecked. Like, it'd start off fine. It'd start off fine.
I haven't gone back to it.
Dude, with 9S, it's just laughably easy. You just destroy everything. They stand no chance with 9S. Did you beat the giant robot, the one that's like down after he destroys the crater, or he makes the crater? That one. It's the giant, like the thing that Pascal pilots. The first things you fight in the game. That thing.
The one you talked to a bunch?
Did you ever beat that whole thing with him?
I talked to him a bunch, and he like turns himself off or whatever.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
The fact that he felt like he needed to atone for his sins and everything.
Yeah.
I kind of liked him. He didn't seem all that bad once he got his mission done.
What's he?
Yeah, he's just like, you know what? You know what? I'm sorry I tried to kill everybody. It was nothing personal. It's just my mission. And, I was attached to the network, peer pressure. I just, didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I just gotta sit here and think about my past deeds. Just come by and say hi every now and then so I don't fucking kill myself. Like, I kind of liked him.
There's that other side quest with all the like deserter models.
I only did like 2 of those.
Oh, you didn't finish that
No.
one?
Does that lead anywhere good?
No, you just eventually kill them all in their commander.
Oh, that sounds cool. And bad at the same time. The only deserters I helped with was the couple. I saw them all the way through. Wait, is it?
Yeah, did you not see it all the way through?
I did. I gave them the money to leave.
And then there's another
Is there?
part where they're all fucked up. Yeah, they're both all fucked up.
Oh, did they die?
And you have to, like, I think it's after you fight the kaiju.
Yeah, it's right in that area where you
messed
give
up.
them the money at the kaiju area.
Yeah, and then, do you want me to tell you
Oh,
what
tell
happens,
me.
or you want to do it? Like, you go back, or you, like, I forgot what happens, but the guy's like, he's sorry for not being, like, strong enough or whatever. And they're like, it's okay, we'll just both erase our memories so nothing happens. And you erase his first, and she refuses to because she just had his memory erased like a million times.
Oh.
Like, it's just her thing.
Oh, God.
It's pretty fucked up.
Oh. God damn it. I gave them like $50,000.
Yeah. She's basically just using them the whole time.
That's awful. I would have killed her if I had the opportunity. Wish I could. And see and the thing is, the side quests lead to a lot of interesting like stories and stuff like that. I find the ones with the androids are more interesting than the one with the machines.
Did you do the one where you gotta get stamps in the
At the theme park?
amusement
Yeah,
park?
I did that one.
That's so good. The play.
Oh, the Romeo one?
The Romeo and
That's
Juliet,
like,
that's
what
so
the
good.
fuck is going on? I like my favorite part is talking to the audience members after. They're like, "Oh, I see. It's about this and this." There's like one guy's like, "That didn't make any fucking sense."
It was so
I like
good,
that
though.
one. That was pretty good. There's a lot of fun stuff in that game. Like, we can talk about this fucking. We can just fucking gush about this game all day. But if anybody's still listening at this point and you haven't played it, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have listened. You should have played it. God, what a great game, Bert. I'm glad I had this, that we could share this moment together. Love Nier.
I think that's about it.
I mean, there are more things to talk about, but I think we got the point across. I think we've.
I don't know if any of that made sense. Probably not, but we knew.
It was basically 2 guys just being like, "What about that one thing? Yeah, and that thing, yeah." And just like
Yeah. Probably didn't make too much
No.
sense if you don't know what's happening, but maybe that's for the best.
Maybe we were just vague enough, and our hype was just enough to get someone to go out and play it. But that's gonna be it for the spoiler cast. Hope you guys enjoy. Oh, this is a fucking long one. This is gonna be fun to edit. This is gonna be a nightmare to edit. Thanks for listening, everyone, and we'll see you all next time. Bye.